business, a tavern that was made out of a derelict ship. Managed to find 3... No, phone, no. Anyways, you happen to see a table with 3 recruiters, if you will, consigns, each looking to hire crew members. As you sat and listened to each of their stories and heard their bids for who was going to pay the most for an able-bodied crew who's willing to leave the next day, you picked, I believe, the High Elf.
Correct.
Does anybody remember his name?
Don't look at me.
I knew it last week. Man, if only there was a recording we can go back to.
What was it?
Nobody knows. Because all I hear is they want to go to a recording.
Was it like Afia, or is that the ship we're on?
All I know is the High Elf.
The High Elf.
Because there's only one of those in this world.
Listen,
As you do.
I wasn't even here.
As nobody asked him his name, to be honest. But I did mention it in a side conversation. However, as you decided that this was the best opportunity to party, though you picked the wrong place as you're starting to do things a little bit differently in this tavern. Clearly there was no barmaids, but there was food being served. I believe you guys started to make enemies with the wrong people. But, being that your wits were about you, you left the scene before you caused too much of a disturbance. You happen to find another lovely little tavern nearby. Does anybody remember the name of said place?
The Splurging Sturgeon.
There you go. The Splurging Sturgeon. And as... it's a great name. And as you set up camp, I believe it was Moomley, with his companion, Sherman, who orchestrated a fine bardic performance and turned it into a club.
You bet.
With that, though, however, there was something wrong. A woman, a bardmaid, came up to you guys and explaining that your tab was due shortly as she brought another round of drinks to you guys. You paid for both the round and the tab that was due. However, some people learned that she didn't actually work for the bar. In fact, she may have paid for the round of drinks that she brought for you, but she most certainly pocketed the tab money that you gave her. Learning this, a couple of people started to chase after her. As you did, apparently, blood was shed, as the ranger in the party let loose an arrow, striking her in the back.
2 arrows.
The first one missed, of course, but sure. But if you want to inform the party that you were out for blood.
Yeah, I screwed up twice.
As you knocked her down with her arrow and able to catch up to her very quickly, you tied her hands around a post, a light post. And as you began to question her, the guard took notice of this instantly, as you were brightly illuminated under this light post, and were questioned heavily.
Yeah, okay.
Muffin, are you having troubles connecting? And Great White has disconnected.
It's not that. It's just the fact that whenever I join, I can't see anything.
I would give it a very long moment then, or restart tabletop.
That's what I've tried.
Oh
I'll
no.
Restart.
As the guards began questioning you, and Wilvin, a little bit too drunk for comfort, explains to the guards that he has in fact slit Amora's throat at one point in his life, thinking that it is the truth. And as doing so, Amora is taken back by this. There were more questions, and ultimately the guards figured out that the woman was lying, that she in fact cheated you of coin. However, you were looked down upon, causing violence in the street over 3 gold pieces, not worth anybody's life. The guards let you go, giving you warning that the customs of whatever land you come from are not similar to Baldur's Gate, and that this is a metropolis, and as such, you should know the laws and follow them. If you have any questions, go to the town hall. They depart with the woman and put her in a coach. At this, though, however, Wilvin feels off about the entire situation and begins to make chase. He jumps onto the back of the stagecoach. Milo, knowing everything that's happening because of his bird companion, seeing through its eyes, notices this, and thinks nothing of it too hardly as he goes back to the celebration, and that they moved out of the distance that this bird can actually see them. Wilvin tries as he might to free this woman for some reason. Was she going to be executed? Was she going to rot in prison? Who knows? His mind said, yeah, she's going to rot in prison for 3 gold. Amora tried as best as she could and eventually was able to pull Wilvin away from the cart. Wilvin, not really understanding what was going on, insulted the poor girl to a high degree, to the fact that when he got up and started to walk away, she did not follow. Holy fuck, Muffin, your ping is 1,000. I would give it time. I would blindfold.
Oh, how?
I don't even see that they've joined.
It's not good.
Oh no.
Wilvin returns to the bar and has a very short conversation with the barmaid currently, saying that keep this key for Amora, and described her a little bit. She comes, give it to her, and make sure she has a room. And coming back down, Rajira, you alright? Rajira?
Yeah, I'm here.
You DC'd.
Just continue talking.
And so, the barmaid explains to you that she did not appear last night, and that she still has the key. With that, I gave you the option to contact me if you wanted to go shopping for any specific items in Baldur's Gate throughout the week. However, nobody sent me any message on any particular items that they wanted.
I never knew this.
I said it at the end of the session, but if you weren't here because you missed the session, then you missed the session.
Okay, I guess I'm not buying stuff.
I didn't say that because I'm pretty sure Wilvin is about to go on a manhunt. Morning has come.
Manhunt.
You all are now awake. You sit at your favorite table that is covered in what looks like dented hoof prints all over it.
Huh.
So, for my information, what would my character have seen or know about the last time we played?
You know that the woman robbed you guys, and that you saw a couple of your friends give chase, but you were like, it's 3 gold, whatever, and you stayed in the bar and joined in with the Moonly celebration.
Okay. Did I find out what happened after they gave chase?
If he has not disclosed it to anybody except, I think Milo said, like, Wilvin's being dumb, I believe is like his last words.
Okay. So then I guess like the last time they saw me was when we were chilling at the tavern, and then they stole gold from us.
Well, we all came back to the tavern and went to bed, other than Amora.
Okay.
And that, I leave your actions in your hands, players.
Well, do we know what time it is?
It is very early. The sun is just barely peeking its light coming over the crest. You are up early, but the barmaid said to treat you guys especially over exuberant with whatever it is you asked for. AKA your breakfast is free, because Moonly has made the barkeep 30 gold in one night, which is a very rare occurrence for him.
So, what's the current setting of this bar? Like, what is it like?
It is spick and spam from what it was last night. It was left in horrors, and the barmaids clearly did good work here. As you look around, this bar it's meant to just be a tavern. You see a couple of round tables, one long table that you're sitting at. You see a bar in the distance, and you can smell the fresh cooked meat wafting through the door near the bar.
Okay, and I can't see like any, like sort of, like I'm not gonna actively look for it, but like if I was in here, I would have noticed like any sort of like thieves' cant symbols or drawings or anything like that.
Let me find out for you. Actually, that is a very good question. I wasn't expecting this early.
So as we're sitting around munching down our breakfast, I'll say, we got to get to the ship, guys. We don't want it taken off without us. That's our fastest way for me to help out
Surely we
Milo.
have time for breakfast first.
What time?
If you want to miss the ship to save your sister, Milo, it's fine.
Yeah, they won't sail without
I
us.
just woke up. I'm starving.
I just glare at Elamir a little bit, and I just yawn and go, look, they're not going to be leaving without us. And besides, we're not I don't think the ship set the charter in the early morning.
Yeah, we were told it to be there by sunrise.
I look outside. Is the sun rising?
Yep.
You don't know this.
I just asked the DM.
Okay. So what is the question that I am being asked? I said the sun.
Didn't know about something.
The sun is peaking. Whoever was asking about weather and whatnot, if you look out the windows, you see that there is some cloud coverage, but it's to be expected being in a port city. Clouds usually gather over the seas, or form over the seas, if you will.
I go, oh, shit. Well, maybe you're right. Maybe we should get going. I just like grab like bits of bacon and shit and just like shove them down my throat and just start walking out while feeding my mouse some nuts.
Hey!
Your little mouse cashew, as you reach over and start passing it some nuts, you just see it sort of stashing it in its cheek, and it reaches out for another one that you weren't ready to give it, and you reach out for another nut, and it picks it and just starts stuffing its cheeks like a little hamster.
For a second there, I thought you said he wasn't going to be there. I was really worried.
No, he's there. You'll know when he leaves your side. It's like
Yeah.
apparent to you.
Okay.
Yeah, so I'll head out after.
After you give it the last nut, not really expecting it, you feel it sort of leaning again. You look and you see it's like standing up on its back legs and reaching out towards your hands as if wanting another nut.
I'm like, sorry, bud. That's all I got.
And he
This should be
scurries
fine.
down and goes into his little pouch.
Okay. So I'm like walking outside now as this is happening because I don't like being late.
A punctual assassin. I love it. Does anyone follow him, or do you continue?
Yeah,
I'm headed out right now.
I don't really know where the exit is. It's either here, here, there. I don't know, and I'm lagging.
Oh, yeah.
I can't move
forgot
my
we're playing
toe
tabletop.
again.
Yeah, I can barely move shit.
I don't even know where your token went. Oh, there it is.
Yeah, I can barely move anything.
All right, just tell me if you're leaving the door, and I'll start moving tokens. Sherman's leaving too.
Ailamir's leaving.
Where are they going to?
They're going towards the ship. What are you doing, Wilvin?
I guess I'll start heading towards the ship.
Yeah, fucking hell.
And with that, I will message Robin real quick. Okay, there we go. Anyways, I literally just smashed my keyboard. That's all I did. Let's see here. So, as you begin to walk, the lantern lights are out, but the gleaming sun, just the peak of it, sort of the reddish hue of light over the horizon, is lighting your way. As you make your way towards the docks, you hear the seagulls in the distance begin to call out as if looking for food on the nearby docks and whatnot.
So as we're moving, I'm like asking the group. So what happened with that thief the other day? Didn't really hear much about that afterwards.
She got toted off to jail, and I think Wilvin chased after her with Amora.
Oh, where's the warrant now?
I'm not sure.
Well, Wilvin, you were the last one to see her. Why didn't she follow you?
That's a very good question. Isn't she supposed to be watching me?
I don't know.
He says with a curious look.
I give him a good stare. I want to incite him to see what's up.
Go ahead and roll insight.
It's very strange.
Yeah, I don't know what I rolled. 16 plus 7, which is like.
Go ahead. Go ahead and explain how you look, Wilvin.
Slightly concerned.
I just look at him a little bit and go, well, Wolven, something happened?
Yeah, I'll tell you what happened. He tried to go free that girl who stole money from you guys. Like an idiot.
Oh, really? Oh. Maybe I misjudged you, Wolven.
Wait, what do you
No,
mean?
I don't think you
misjudged me?
understand. He was trying to kill her. He had his sword out and everything.
Wait, you were trying to kill the woman?
No. What are you
I
talking
saw
about?
it. Don't lie, Wilvin. You had your sword out and you went to raise it
At who?
at the woman in the cart.
She was locked in the cart.
Exactly, and yet you seemed to chase after her for whatever reason after I stumbled upon you surrounded by guards, claiming that you tried to kill the woman in the first place.
I killed her accidentally.
Yeah, I was not the
Milo.
one that attacked her.
Nobody killed
I
her.
did not even attempt to attack her. I'm not sure what you're talking about, Milo.
Then why
I'm
were you
looking
in
just
cuffs
very
next to
disgusting
him?
about everyone now.
Oh, because I may have said that I remember how I turned that silhouette that you guys talked about,
Exactly. Your sword is evil, we know.
and
No,
it's not evil at all.
No.
Okay, shut up about the sword right now. Let's
And
just
how,
focus on the task at hand. If the sword's not going to kill us today, that's fine. If it kills us tomorrow, we'll deal with it. We have other things to worry about.
We went and saw a really powerful magician who told us that the sword was not evil.
I know, I was there.
I was making sure Milo knows.
I was there as well. And I don't think you understand. I was raised by a magician as well. And sometimes they say things that they don't mean.
He didn't say it was actually. He didn't say it was actually necessarily. Sherman, he didn't say the sword was actually necessarily evil. It's just that it had its own motives. You really don't know the world, then.
You reached the
Powerful things
docks.
come with a price.
Yay!
There seems to be about 8 of them, and a total of 6 ships tied to pier. Looking down each pier, you see that there's about maybe 3 ships worth of foot traffic, as if ships are getting ready to either leave or depart, if you will, or had just arrived. Looking around, though, however, you see there's different size ships. You see schoons all the way up to galleys and whatnot. You see ships named the SS Escar is one of them. You see another one that doesn't have a name painted on it. And looking through, what is the name of the ship you're looking for?
Don't look at me.
damn, Amora would have known.
The Aphia?
The Aphia. As you look for this name, you do see a ship in the very far dock, painted on its side in a bluish color, Aphia. Elven craft wood. It looks to be that of a small trade ship. Not small like a schoon, but medium size. Definitely able to hold cargo, and it seems to have 4 port windows on each side. Maybe ballistas behind them. You have no idea, as you can't see into them through the darkness of this slightly lit morning.
I'll head that way.
Smells like the ocean.
As you begin to press towards the dock itself, you do see that there is a little bit of a booth, maybe a half booth. It doesn't seem to be covered, but you can see that there is a ledger and whatnot. And you do see that there is a man currently writing down in this ledger as people are walking by and whatnot, as if he's taking count of inventory. He sees you guys approach the dock, and you see him wave you over towards him, just a gesturing, rolling arm towards him.
I'll head that way.
I give him a wave and start heading over there.
Aye, what ship you be on?
The Aphia.
He looks over at you. You see his eyes are a very amber-like color, yellow. His hair black. grayed in certain areas. Clearly his age showing through his hair as he looks at you. He has a bit of a 5 o'clock shadow to match his hair as well. You can see it peppered a little bit. He looks to each of you. Aye, the Afia, what are your names?
I am Moomley, and this is my company.
I have Moomley here. Who else?
Welvin.
Wilvin. So then he looks over at Methador and says, "You must be Milo then." And then he points over at.
No,
Sure.
I'm Elamir Methlador.
Sure, I thought Milo was an elven name. You look like an elf.
No, this here is Milo. I'll pat Milo's head.
No, that's not my name.
Oh, right.
My name is Milankus Salvador.
You see him rummaging through his pages. That's what I meant. Sorry, it was covered.
I'll wipe my forehead with the back of my palm.
Anyways, I have 7 written down, and I only see 6 of you.
As I kick Elamir silently.
We have one companion missing. Hopefully she turns up before we leave.
We don't leave for another hour, but if you're new to the crew, you're going to have to go on board and listen to the indoctrination.
How long does that last?
I don't know. It's up to each ship. I'm not part of the ship. I'm part of the... God, I can't think of the name all of a sudden.
Of the what?
The Dock Watch. That was it. The Dock Watch.
I'll lean in to talk to him a little more closely. So, do you know of this ship's reputation, perhaps?
It matters not. I merely do the paperwork. They were transporting spices in what seemed to be some sort of a caged animal.
Caged animal?
Yes, 3 of them.
What kind? Do you know?
They were covered up.
Were they big?
Yes. Very big.
Might you have a copy of the ship's manifest, good sir?
I don't think we should.
The manifest is not in my discretion. I only take inventory of what comes off and what comes on ships.
Do you know who we could talk to?
I just
To your captain, most likely.
We should not.
You're free to enter. The captain.
We only spoke with a recruiter.
1 second here. He starts rummaging through his paperwork. Makes up name on the spot.
You mean you're gonna have to do this eventually, right?
It's good to have a list of random names, just so you know.
Hey, don't judge me. I had to restart my computer, and I usually have everything up, so I have to load it.
I'm not judging. Just a tip.
I don't even have any of my notes right now.
Exactly, right? See, I'm not alone.
I mean, you're on the internet, but wait, is anybody else in your room?
Captain Caden Ashton.
Oh, boy.
Thank you.
No, thank you, he says, like, with a eyebrow raised.
All right, then.
So do I have to sign somewhere, or can I go on the ship?
You're free to go, as long as you're on the access list.
Well, thank you very much for that.
Yes, I'll look out for, I believe her name is Amora, is that what you said?
Correct.
Right, I'll look for your friend, but I can't leave my post.
She also goes by the name Princess.
Princess, good to know.
She
is a
not.
princess.
She does not. I don't think she does. If you say that to her, she'll probably slit your throat, just so you know.
Yeah, you're probably
Why?
going to black.
What?
She's not the type to be messed with. She's a little tough. Just, I give the guy a brief description of Amora, and I go, if you see this sort of woman, fan her down, say, hey, her friends are looking for her on the ship that we chartered with, and say that your friend Silagon wants to talk to her.
I see. I'll let her know.
If you see her, you don't have to move. If she comes by, just wave her down.
By the way, are you a drow? He says as he sort of peers over his little counter to look at you.
I go, yes, I am. I am a drow. I don't really have pointy ears, but...
I would get on the ship then. Your sensitivity to sunlight will probably be a hindrance during the day, but I'm sure they can use you for night watch.
Yes. Yeah, of course. And I'm just waiting for someone to guide me to the ship because I have no idea where the ship is.
Well, we're all walking on the ship.
So as you walk down the pier, heading towards the elven-clad ship, this trade vessel, you can see that there is a plank that is protruding from the side of the ship itself all the way down to the dock, and you can see that there are massive lines holding this ship to the pier in place. You see a lot of movement on the ship, people getting ready, ropes being dangled from the mizzen mast and whatnot. And you see what looks to be the navigator sort of making sure everything's done from the top of the wheel, sort of looking down at the forecastle, make sure everything's being done right. He sees you guys walking, and you see him just look over at you guys curiously. Though you're still on the pier, you're not on the ship just yet.
Hello there. Excuse me.
And as you begin to walk across the plank up on the ship, what seems to be a deckhand sort of greets you guys as you start to come on board. Yes, I'm Hansley. Nice to see everyone here. I take it you're new recruits, yes? Oh, after we lost the other ones. Terrible shame. Glad to see we have help.
What happened to the other one? What happened to the other ones?
They quit.
I inside them.
All right, go ahead.
That doesn't sound very truthful to me. All right, that's a 2, so a 9.
He seems very energetic. Clearly had a little too much coffee this morning. As he shakes everybody's hands, as you roll insight, he just shakes your hand like vigorously.
Oh, well, that's
And
unfortunate.
why did they quit, sir?
Sea life was a bit rough for them. That, and we don't keep people under heavy contracts. It's if you at a pier that you want to stay at, you stay at it. Free going, if you will. I love this ship too much, and I love the life that pays too good. He says, right? And he nudges one of you.
What is this man? Like, what sort of species? Elven?
As you look him over, he seems to be half-elf and very energetic, as if sugar just hits him way too much. Very skinny. I'd say about 6 feet 2 in height. As you look at him, you can't really make out what his hair color is, as it's covered by a bandana, a blue sort of piece of cloth, but you can see his pointy ears. They're not covered by the cloth at all. As he looks at you, you see that he has these very deep blue eyes, and he definitely is not wearing clothes that he is a higher up here. He's wearing the Buccaneer-like white shirt and just like cut off short pants.
All right. So let's get going. We need to do this indoctrination or whatever it is. I do my finger in air quotes or whatever it's called.
Right. So you must be new to sea life. Let me explain some things. Ships and crews have certain superstitions that take effect, and in order to sort of appease these superstitions, they have new crew members follow in their stead and rules and whatnot. You see, each ship has a contract, if you will. Not magical or anything or law-abiding, but it's just a set of rules, and you sign it saying that you understand the rules and whatnot. And somebody is throwing their piece everywhere, which is very nice. But is your gnome going to be all right? He seems to be jumping all over the place.
I've done a little bit of the stuff on the sea, but if I barf now and then, please don't mind.
Right. So they told you where we're heading, correct?
Neverwinter?
Eventually, yes.
How long is eventually?
We're hitting one of our trade stops, which very exotic animals, if you will, are being delivered to, I believe, what was the city again? He thinks for a second. We're heading north. Waterdeep.
Oh.
Yes.
I smile a little bit. Waterdeep. Huh.
Are you okay, friend? As he looks over at you, you seem to be reminiscing on something.
Huh. Waterdeep. That's my home. Maybe I'll be able to visit someone that day.
But anyways, I'm Hansley, and he goes over to the halfling. What was your name?
Melanchus?
Melanchus. Nice to meet you. He shakes your hand vigorously. And you, Mr. Drow.
I'm Silicon.
Silicon. Nice to meet you. He shakes your hand. And your gnome friend.
Moomley Green Tag.
I see you're carrying an instrument.
I am a bard and storyteller.
That'll go a very long... Morale is something that is very hard to please. I hope that you are able to play that very well.
Oh, definitely, definitely.
And I see that we have some sort of a huntsman as he goes over to Methador.
I'll just bow and say, yes, I'm Alamir.
Alamir, pleasure of meeting you. I keep forgetting to look at this card so I can just say your fucking first name when I do descriptors.
It's a strange thing for you to say, sir. Are you all
That
right?
Sorry, too much coffee.
Coffee? What's that?
It's this... You've never had coffee before.
I'm more of a laid-back kind of guy. Get things
I like
done.
Mountain Dew.
What is this Mountain Dew you speak of?
It's
Is
the
it
dew
like
of the mountains.
Yes,
The
of
dew...
the mountains.
Oh, that
It's
sounds
Much more
weird.
energizing than the coffee.
It's delicious, but it kills you on the inside. Probably not the best thing to drink.
Wait, why would anybody drink it if it kills you?
Gives you
'Cause it
amazing
makes you-
amounts of energy.
Yes, it does. It's weird.
But coffee does too.
Yeah, but not as much as the dew of the
I
mountains.
don't know. I've never tried it.
It's a one shot.
And you, when he approaches Sherman.
Greetings.
your name?
Cousin Sherman. Call me Cousin. I call everyone Cousin. I have no clue where this place is, and I don't really like the sea much, so I might be a little useless to you. If you can teach me anything about ships, please do. This is really exciting. I look
Can
around
you,
this.
can you tie a knot?
Could you define a knot?
We're
I
gonna have
just-
problems, I see. Oh no.
I just say, don't worry. He's
The guy can't
great
even
in a
tie
fight.
his shoes.
He's great in a fight. If something were to happen, he's good to have on your side.
Oh, this ship runs from other ships, I'm afraid. There will be no fighting.
Never know. Something happens. You might as well be prepared for it.
All right. And who do we have here as he approaches the... you said half-elf, right, Wolven?
Yeah.
As he approaches the half-elf.
My name's Wolfen.
He just grabs your hand and just shakes it vigorously.
Yeah,
Hi, Wolven.
Aye.
So anyways, I suppose you want to know the rest of the crew. It's going to be a very small crew. You are a very big addition to the very small crew we already have.
All right. Let's go.
But first, the indoctrination. Right. You see him sort of walk up the stairs over to where the wheel is, and you can see now that as you follow him up this stairwell that this navigator, said person, is just really looking as if he's like a higher position, maybe might be in charge of the people here. You see Hansley sort of give him a little bit of a head nod as he approaches this person returning it. And he walks over to this table that is near the navigator, and you can see all this paperwork. And I got a private message, so let me read this real quick. Yes, okay. He takes a couple of the pieces of paper and he starts handing them out to each of you, and it seems to be a contract. As you begin reading it, it says terms such as the signer thus, and then it has like a blank line as if you're supposed to write your name there and whatnot. Understands that during the times at sea that he must protect not only himself but the people around him and his crew members in case such emergency. And it keeps going on and on about how the contract ends whenever it hits any port, but it is then re-established if said person, and then another blank line, stays on the ship until thus time when he is not on ship during port's leave.
I sign it.
What?
Keeps
Sounds
going.
simplistic.
As he looks over at you, it's just saying that as long as you're on the ship, you're going to try to protect the ship, and you get paid for it, and you'll do work.
I sign it.
Can I do like an insight to determine if there's any hidden clauses that we wouldn't immediately notice right away?
Go ahead.
Alright, what do you want me to...
It's insight.
Okay. I can't do anything on tabletop right now. It's wonderful.
Roll for you? Got it. All right, here we go.
I got it right here. Hold on. 25. Not 20.
Nat 20. Love it. You do catch that there is a hidden clause. Towards the bottom, sort of kind of skims over most of the wording and whatnot, but you catch it where if any damages to the ship is done that could have been prevented, aka loss prevention, from said signed name from below, that it will come out of their paycheck.
I see. All right.
I'm still signing it.
So, what is this ship? What are we traveling with again? What are we protecting?
I can show you.
Yeah,
That would be one.
Please.
Mind you, you have to. We usually have a guard outside the door, and you have to get his permission. But I can talk him into that. He says with a little bit of a smile, and as he takes the forms from each of you, who signed? Just move your token to the middle of the table if you signed.
Bang.
I'd like to know what we're protecting first. Is that okay?
Then you can take it with you.
Sounds good to me.
I'm just signing it. Screw it. Free passage.
Yeah, I'm waiting.
We're actually getting paid for it. 3 gold a day.
Yeah, but even if the damages get done, who cares? Like, I don't really give a shit about this gold.
Yeah, except for when the damages exceed your paycheck and you're then liable for money.
No, it just said
Take them to court.
Just said from the paycheck. Never said anything about exceeding.
All right, so I only got 3 people that signed. Got it. So, as he takes the forms that have been signed and puts them on the table, you see him approach the navigator, taking his bandana off. You can now see his short brown hair. Sir, permission to go to the decks below and take a look at the cargo. A couple of the individuals will not sign unless they know what they're protecting. And he was looking off in the distance at the crew that was currently working and tying the sails down and whatnot. And he turns his head very slowly towards them, just gently and slowly gives a nod, and then looks back at them. Very well, sir. And he starts leading you down the stairs into the cargo hold.
Who is that man?
Oh, that's Rickster. He is a very, very professional, I guess is the correct word. Maybe pompous a little bit. He like turns to make sure nobody's really listening. He's very diligent, if you will.
Good.
Is that's not the captain, is it?
No, that's the navigator.
Okay.
Good.
And his name was Rickster?
Rickster.
Let's see.
You can call him Nav for short. He does not mind at all. So, very well. As he starts leading you, you do see a couple of other crew members and whatnot as you start making your way into the hold of the ship, going by the hammocks and whatnot. At this point, you see Sherman getting a little... That can stop, thank you. You see Sherman getting a little bit queasy at this point.
As we're looking at the other deckhands, the ones that we're seeing, I want to see if they if they're throwing up any thieves' can't symbols, or if they're saying something in thieves' can't. That might want to that I might want to.
You see one in a bunk that is currently sleeping. You see an eye patch that he's wearing, long black hair. Another one you see very grayish sort of hair. Another male that seems to be sitting at a table and seems to be cutting pieces of apple and eating it with a knife. He looks over at you guys as you sort of stop mid following your chauffeur, and he kind of glares at you. What are you looking at?
Hensley.
Yes.
Since I've already signed the papers, do I really need to look at what we're carrying?
Your friends do. I mean, you're free to do whatever you want on the ship, but know that if you're tasked with something, you're obligated to do it at this point.
All right. And I just leave the group, and I walk towards the man that started glaring at me.
All right. So as you're sitting like across from him?
Yeah, just taking up a chair, sitting right in front of him.
So, you're the new crew, huh?
Aye.
Can't wait till you get your sea legs. It's going to be fun watching you fall over constantly.
Oh, well, I'm a very dexterous person. I usually keep my balance.
Huh. I've heard that before. What's your
What about-
name?
I'm still a gun. What's yours?
Call me Hayden.
Hayden.
Yes.
Very
That
pretty
lug
name.
over there as he gestures with his knife in mid-cut. That's Dirkby.
Jergby. Okay.
Yes.
So, Hayden, how long have you been a part of the ship's crew?
Oh, I'd say about... he it's almost like he's counting and he's just not good at math, and you can tell. I'd say maybe 3 years.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Well, that's
I mean, I've been a crew member almost my entire life. I mean, on this ship, 3 years.
Is there anyone else besides us that have joined current crew? Any newcomers?
There is a newcomer. He's topside. He's one of the deckhands working currently. Why?
Oh, I'm just want to know.
You're the only people from Baldur's Gate currently, but this is down south, tribal areas. You'll see him. Yeah, I think his name was Preston.
Okay. I just wanted to make sure. You see, I like to know every little bit of information so I can analyze every situation carefully.
That's weird and sounds like you're going to overload your brain to death.
No, I just make sure that whatever situation I'm in, I can control it.
Looks like your friends are leaving without you, as he gestures towards the empty corridor now.
Oh, well, it's nice talking to you, Hayden. See you around the ship. I get up.
Hey, watch yourself. Don't fall overboard.
I fall overboard. No, I'm kidding. I
right.
walk with the rest of the group.
With that, as everybody else is following Hansley. Right, we're here. Mr. Shaw's, he says, as you now see this person. It almost looks like a powder room, per se, that he's guarding. You do see a giant padlock on this door. The navigator said that we have permission to take a peek, if you will. We're not going to enter, but they wish to see the cargo they're guarding before they sign the contracts. He looks over at him. Again. You're always doing this, Hansley. Letting people just butt into business that's not their own. Fine. You see him pull out a set of keys on a key ring and just begins to fumble through them until he finds the right key, and you hear him unlocking the door. And he opens it for you. A very thick door, as if this is supposed to be holding, like, the valuables. And as you peer through the doorway, as he's not letting you enter, like his arm spans across to make sure you're not attempting to go in, you can see what looks to be an assortment of different crates and whatnot, labeled with paint and letters, very well organized. You see spices and whatnot, talking about gnome leaf and whatnot, all this other sort of thing. And you can see what looks to be 4 giant boxes covered in sheets each in the back. And you can hear the rattling of chains and whatnot as you hear this, or as you look in.
Excuse me, guard.
Aye.
Didn't quite catch your name. What was it again?
My name? Shawls.
Charles. Sorry about that. But I have a question about those boxes with the sheets on them.
They're cages, boy.
Yeah. What sort of animals are harbored within them?
Jungle creatures.
What kind of jungle creatures?
He looks over at Wolven. What's it matter to you, boy?
Well, it matters if I sign this contract or not.
Honestly, if you're worried about jungle creatures getting out, then perhaps you shouldn't be here.
I want to listen. I want to listen to the noise, see if I can recognize them.
I'm gonna mage hand one of the sheets off.
Okay. Go ahead and just roll an Arcana roll for me.
Okay.
You'll have to be applying more than 10 pounds of force to pull
21.
this off. So, as you gesture with your hand to pull the sheet, you see one of the sheets gets pulled off. You see what looks to be a sleeping jaguar with a chain going up to a collar around its neck. And it seems to have been scratching as you pull the sheet, and that's what you heard, the jingling of the chain. And its eyes sort of linger for a second at the now light that has entered its cage from where you're coming from, and you see it give a sniff and look in your direction.
Ah, kitty.
So as you say that, he's huh? And he looks back. Ah, how'd that happen? Right. Inventory's over. And he just closes the door and locks it back up. Any other questions?
No, I don't think. Well, I don't have any more questions, but thank you, Shawls. And I kind of do a little bow. Yeah.
Sign your contracts and get to work.
I already signed it.
Right, then what are you doing here?
No one told me to do anything.
Go up top deck and start securing lines.
All right, Shawls. You're the boss. And I will just start doing my duties as a deckhand. All
right. For those of you, you see Hansley sort of looking towards the people who are still holding on their contracts. The sooner the better. We have to leave in, I'd say, maybe 20 minutes.
I was told an hour.
Yeah, that was not correct.
That was only when we also just got to the pier and didn't take our time getting in here and talking.
We're leaving.
Lindsay, I'll tell you what. I'm not going to sign the contract, but I will give you 1 gold a day for passage.
That's not onto me. And if you're not going to sign it, then we're going to have to kick you off the ship.
Well, then introduce me to your captain, and I will negotiate with him. Thank you.
All contracts go out through our consign or the navigator. You know where he is.
Great.
I'm already going that way. Come on, Milo.
I head up to the top decks.
All right. As you begin walking up, who else is going up and who else is signing? Because people have been moving tokens when they shouldn't have, because I don't even know who didn't sign anymore.
I follow Milo as I begin talking to him, saying, don't you remember this was the fastest way to get to your friend?
Yeah, that's why we signed it.
Milo, come on, just sign it. Don't. Who cares?
I'm not listening to either of you at the moment.
You gonna let your friend possibly die?
You guys love just waving that card in front of him, don't you?
Well, because that's the whole point of this. Like,
that's the whole point of the trip. If he's gonna not want to join the ship, just
no. He's trying to weasel his way out of doing work. If you didn't already get that.
No, I get it. But that's not how Wolfen sees it.
So you begin walking up the stairs. The now sunlight hits your face as you climb from the lower decks, Milo, as you have people sort of chasing after you and trying to talk to you. You don't seem to pay them any mind as you begin to walk the steps up to the navigator. His attention is clearly over the side of the rail, looking down at people tying knots and whatnot, getting the sails ready. The sails now fully out and ready to go, but wound up, if you will. You see them spread out across the mast itself, but not raised. The line's still being tied down and whatnot. It seems like they're getting sandbags ready and whatnot, as if they're getting ready for cast-off. He does hear you approach, and you do see him not turn his head to really face you, but his eyes wander down towards you.
Excuse me, sir. Brickster, I believe it was?
Call me Navigator, please.
Very well, Navigator. I understand that if I wish to negotiate a contract, say a trade, if you will, that I would need to speak to you.
Is 3 gold not enough for you? His attention is now clearly shifted to you as his head turns to face you.
I would like to offer you some money, sir. This contract is very well and all, but I'm afraid that a short person such as myself is not going to be very good at defending anything, and if, well, perhaps my failure to defend your goods resulted in loss of personal property on your behalf, that, well, I would be very sad and unfortunate. And I noticed here on your contract that it would come out of the wages. So therefore, I would like to offer you an opportunity to make money by me being on your ship instead of you having to pay me and possibly lose money if we got under attack.
He looks at you for a second. Go ahead and roll persuasion.
Okay. $15.
0. Got it. He looks at you for a second. Your contract, towards the bottom, says that you are only held responsible if you had the acquired skills required to defend. You clearly are a halfling, which, if something was to happen on your watch and you were able to call out for help and didn't, it would be removed from your paycheck. We need people to stand watches. We need people to hold the lines. We need people to turn the wheel. If you're not willing to do that, to work to be on this ship, then we have no use for you. We already have passengers paying to be on this ship.
But what's
I
more,
see.
more
So you wouldn't take money if I offered it then?
He looks at you for a second. I was told that we were going to acquire 7 new deckhands on this port by my consigne last night. And apparently only 6 have shown up, and now one of the 6 is opting to be a passenger. Is that correct?
I'm offering you an opportunity to make money, sir. Wouldn't it be more beneficial to you and your crew? Instead of paying me 3 gold a day, that I offer you money?
How much are you offering, he says. And what
I would be willing to
accommodation
offer you 1 gold a day and do light work.
are you expecting any accommodations, he says.
I'll sleep with the rest of the crew.
Very well. You're to pay for 7 days up front. If we get there early, you'll be returned the extra gold. You're expected to do light work, at least 3 hours of work a day. Do you understand?
I understand, sir.
You see Hansley, like, behind you. You can hear him just standing there nervously, sort of like his teeth chattering as if he's just scared out of his wits for you.
I would like also to offer, sir, I will offer an additional 15 gold if you can get us to our destination in 5 days or less.
He gives out a very long, drawn sigh. You can give us whatever bonus you choose, but it is not going to deter us from hitting Waterdeep first, I'm afraid.
Very well, then. Thank you for your time, sir. And I give a light bow.
As you do this, he looks over at Hansley, and Hansley just shakes his head like, no, like, And then he gives a call out. Raise the mizzenmast! It's time we depart. And you hear him
We have 20 more minutes.
He stops as he was like about to turn towards the wheel itself, and he goes, "Oh, I didn't know you were in charge of the cruise time.
Me?
What
No.
was your name?"
I was told that we had 20 minutes.
Did I tell you we had 20 minutes?
No.
That's what I thought. Where's your contract?
Right here.
Is it signed?
Not yet. I was hoping if I could go grab something real quick before we set sail.
He looks over at you, begins to look at each of you who are still up here. If you have not signed your contract in the next minute, leave my ship.
Well, I just figured that if you gave me about 10 minutes, I might be able to get that 7th person
I've
for you.
changed my mind. 30 seconds.
Well, what can I do for you, sir?
Go help them with the sales.
Sales. Right. Where are they?
The sheets.
Thank you, sir. Thank you.
I
He's already face palmed at this point. and is rubbing his temples.
You have a crow's nest I can hop up in and start playing something for you?
Ah, you're the bard, he says. His expression changed a little bit at this point. No. Not the crow's nest is only meant for one person, and we already have a watch. Please, go to the main deck and just begin playing anything. Liven up the mood, if you will.
I will do, sir.
Excuse me, Navigator. If I
Yes.
might require some information. I talked to one of your deckhands before, Hayden. He said that you guys acquired a new crew member before us, named Preston.
Yes.
What's he like?
You can go talk to him yourself in your free time. We need to start working.
All right. I go off and start working. Before I do that, I look to the two people who haven't signed their contracts or made a deal, and I go, listen, Aylmer, Wolven, just sign your contracts. We'll deal with them more later. We thought we had enough time to do it, but we don't. We have to save Milo's friend. Besides, we're going to Waterdeep, my home. You guys can see all the pleasures and all the recreation. I just start going to his side and go, it's a shithole. And I just go working.
All right. So, the question is, do you sign? Well,
yeah, I guess
what do
I
you
sign.
do? You sign. Who else didn't sign?
Milo didn't sign.
But he made a deal.
Mm-hmm.
Aylmer, did you sign?
Yeah, I signed.
Okay. Never mind.
All right. And with that, just out of respect for some people, we're going to take a 5-minute break here.
Okay.
Because somebody requested one. As there is music being played.
When the horse is laid and the anchors weighed, a sailor's blood begins racing. With a heart sunbound and a flag unfurled, we're on our way and off to see the world. On our way and off to see the world. Hey ho, we'll go.
Oh god, that is loud.
Yeah, I'm sorry, Emily, but I had to mute you at that time. It was just killing me.
I have it set to 0 and it's really loud.
Yeah, fuck.
That's what I'm playing.
Yeah, of course, set, you know, just fucking sounds like 10 people singing when it's just one.
Oh no! I beforehand I gave out sheets to the whole crew about the food, the lyrics.
They don't they don't
Okay.
join in at all. They're too busy working at this point, but they do enjoy your tune. You can hear them like clapping their feet and whatnot as they're pulling on lines and whatnot.
Clapping their feet. I
On
want
the
to
deck.
see this.
Tapping their feet or whatever.
They-
anyways,
they sit on their ass and just
you know what I
clap their
meant.
feet together.
you know what I meant. Anyways, they hum to it. They don't know the lyrics per se, but they hum to it. Right? That's what I said. Again, 5-minute break, so I'm gonna get some water. So be right back.
So, Bajir,
Mm-hmm.
are you actually going to be ending that campaign?
Probably. Everybody's gonna leave abruptly.
Okay.
I mean, you asked me to kill your character. Bernard
never
asked me to kill
said-
him.
I never said to kill my character. I just said to retire him and get another character.
Oh. I was under the impression you were leaving.
Well, I wanted to try out a monk, and besides, the necromancer class that I'm playing, the homebrew one, is fucking confusing. It's fun, but it doesn't. I don't like the way I see it. It's totally. I can tell it's totally different from the way you see it. So, yeah.
It's all good.
And I just wanted to try it out in some sort of campaign. Didn't really work out because I never got a chance to get any more on that.
If you need more people, I could always join. You have to tell me what day it is, though.
Mondays and Wednesdays.
What time Wednesdays? Because I get out of class at around 8:30.
At 6 p.m. Eastern.
6 p.m. Eastern? Alright, I wouldn't make it.
And we go for about 4 or 5 hours, so. I can push it back to 8 if that works better for you.
8 is when I finish my last treatment, and I would be heading home by then. So I'd probably make it around 8:30.
Okay.
So who's actually all leaving? If you don't mind me asking.
Wait, did you say
Bernard's
Monday?
leaving, Varian's leaving. Yeah, it's Mondays and Wednesdays.
Oh, never mind then. I can't make it Monday. Mondays, my class starts at 5:30, and I'm there until like 11.
Okay.
So Varian's leaving. So Bernard as well.
Otherwise, I totally would. Gotta love DnD.
Alright. If it doesn't end up working out, then it's fine.
My rum is frozen.
Did you say your rum?
Yeah.
Oh, nice.
I like rum.
Yeah, my freezer's broken. It is like...
Reads private message, laughs.
Didn't
Figure you
know
might
had
get a
to
laugh
be
out of it.
Didn't know you had to be so literal. I didn't know you expressed your emotions by speaking what you're feeling. Haha, I laugh.
I love that wave noise. It's so majestic and calming.
Is everybody back?
Yes.
I'm here. Sorry about that.
All right. So, everyone has signed the contract. The sails have now been risen. The lines holding the boat to the dock have been removed by what looks like dock hands, sort of taking them out of the ballards and throwing them into the water, and you see deck hands begin to lift some of them. You were also tasked, Elamir, to pick up one or pull one of the lines out of the water as your hand over hand pulling it up. You hear the rope just rubbing against the wood hole that you're pulling it from, and you see what looks like two other ships are taking off at the same time that you are on its separate piers. And your ship begins to catch the wind blowing westward as the ship begins to pull away from the dock. You hear it bump lightly against the wooden dock, but this is the first time it's happened. That's why there are huge pylons that hold this dock to the water itself as the ship sort of scrapes alongside of it and begins pushing itself. I need Sherman to make a wisdom save. Is Sherman here?
Yep, I'm here.
Wisdom save for me.
Yeah. Yeah.
A 3 becomes a 9? Oh, damn. You begin to feel a little bit seasick. And the ship's not even rocking that hard. Like, this is just it leaving the pier side.
I didn't know wisdom saves had to do with throwing up.
Yes. That's my only answer for you.
Yes. Like, amazing drawing.
What side's the dock on?
It was on the left.
Sorry.
I love
How
this
big-
ship, by the way.
Thank you. How
Really
big is this
ship.
boat? How big is the boat?
This big, from this point over here to this point over here.
No, I'm asking Darth.
I mean, it's bigger than a schoon for sure. It looks like it's supposed to comfortably hold 20 people.
The fuck's a schoon?
A schoon is a very small, like, 4-seater. Like, a schoon is meant to be really fast and like it's a.
Yes, schooners are like long but thin with high sails.
Viking ships. No?
No,
Yes.
they're a lot bigger.
I don't really want to. Too lazy. So I'm just currently doing my job, waiting, looking around, see if I see a new face or see this Preston guy.
You see the people that you've met so far: Hansley, Rickster, Hayden, Derby is now up, and Schultz.
It was
Dergby, sorry. Dergby. Hold on, let me just make sure that looks like a U to me. All right, there we go. And a couple of other new faces that seem to be hard at work, sweating as they're pulling lines and whatnot, making sure that the sails are tied down and whatnot.
Were we assigned bunks at all or no?
It's pick a hammock, any hammock.
Where do I put my stuff?
Next to the hammock.
Keep it on you. Keep it on you.
Yeah.
As you look around, however, curious about the crew, you see Wilvin sort of leaning against a rail, contemplating, deep in thought as he's looking over at the pier itself. So I'd be over here.
I look back to Wolven and go, Wolven, what are you doing?
He's just completely zoned out.
I go up to him, whistle loudly in his ear, and I go, Wolven, you there, bud?
No. What's up?
You're worried about him more, aren't you?
Yeah.
Well, we'll find her. Don't worry about it. She seems like a resourceful woman. And besides, we already know where she's going or where she was from.
Yeah.
With that, the new orders from Rickster currently are to wash the deck with suds so that the salt does not stay or thicken and ruin the wood entirely. You see deckhands already grabbing what looks to be buckets out of a nearby closet near the captain's quarters doors. Mind you, you haven't even seen the captain yet. And it seems that they have a powder of something that they seem to mix in with the grog water sort of surplus that they have and start to scrub the floor with brushes. You see Rickster look over at you all, contemplating over the railing. Homesick already, boy?
I just started doing work as I was told to. So.
Well, I mean, he's talking to Wilvin and company.
Oh, you betcha. I really don't, have a good feeling about the sea, but I'm willing to help. Any other tasks you need? I sit there for a second, like almost trying to choke back, throw up. Any other task?
Either continue playing or help them with the floor. It's your choice. But you were hired on as a bard, thus you will keep playing like a bard.
That was Moonlight. This was Sherman talking.
Oh, Sherman was asking? My bad. Oh my goodness. Sherman, he looks over at you. What's wrong with you? You're all pale. Are you seasick already? Throw over the side. He gestures to the railing.
Thank you very much. I rush on over.
I rub your back. I actually hold your hair back too.
Is it bad? Is it bad that I don't feel like I need to throw up, but I somehow get this weird feeling I need to? It's like, this isn't natural.
Oh, don't worry, my friend. I know a perfect point for that. Us monks and all. Here, hold this. As I show him a point to hold on his forearm. That'll help him with nausea.
Okay. Let me see here. I'll try to, get the pressure point best I can.
That is a medicine check at disadvantage. As you've never been as this is the first time you've been on a ship like this.
Well, I'm talking like an actual Asian point that monks would use.
Yeah, no, I know. Disadvantage, please. I know
Okay.
I know what you mean.
Give me 1 second. Disadvantage. Where's my thing? Here it is. Does it help? Does it help if I tell you it's Pedicardian 6?
As he begins to sort of molest you in a sense, looking for this pressure point, it does not help.
Come on, you're close now.
Sounded vaguely familiar of someone else.
You know what they say, once you're with each other for a while, you start to get some mannerisms.
Sorry, Wilton. It just doesn't seem to be helping me right now. I think I should turn into an octopus and just kind of wave into the waters a bit,
Sure.
Where's the nav now?
At the wheel.
With Sherman?
Apparently.
Okay.
If Sherman was over at the side, he would be at the side.
Bleh. Rub, 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 rub. I saw this in Pokemon. It should work.
As everything is going on, land is getting farther and farther away until it just disappears over the horizon. Sherman seems to be undergoing an anxiety attack at this point.
Uh-oh. Come on, Sherman, you got this.
You know what I need. You know what will do work well. Where's my shrooms? Where's my shrooms? You got mushrooms on you, Wilvin? Wilvin, you got mushrooms? Mom, you got my shrooms?
Oh, dear heavens, what's happening over there?
We need some shrooms.
I think I finished them all off for that party yesterday.
You didn't. The
I'm
girls
just
did.
gonna start whittling my thumbs. Just
Sherman,
your
Sherman, you gotta
friend-
go to your happy place. Go to your happy
Sherman's wrong.
place.
Come on, man.
happy
What's
place,
wrong?
happy place. Let's see here. Holly, the kids, that little puppy dog that just keeps eating my rabbits. Yeah. Okay. Good. Good.
What?
Make a wisdom save if
I'm
you're
sorry.
gonna
What?
make another wisdom save. It seems to help. It's suppressing whatever this emotion is that you're undergoing, though it still lingers there, but it's not nearly abrupt. You're able to calm your breathing, but you're still physically shaking, like your hands are a little bit.
Thanks again, Moomley. That was really handy.
No. Team effort on that one.
With that, Milo, your 3 hours of work are up. The day is nearly done. The sea, she is all you see around you. The gulls have followed you. You can hear them every so often as if they're waiting for food to be thrown or some sort of food to end up in the troll of the ship, but nothing is there. Well, I don't know what happened to my gull sound. In fact,
I'll do it for you.
I hate you. You see Hansley sort of gesture to everybody and start yelling, I need the crew on the forecastle, please. Crew on the forecastle.
I don't know boat terms.
He just gestures to where most of the people already are.
Gotcha. And I start
Sure.
running over there.
I do too, and I just follow suit. I just follow everyone else's lead.
All right, here's who I've got. And he just pulls out a piece of paper. For watch tonight, Hansley has taken first shift from 8 to 10. Me, he says as he clears his throat again. Shawls will be continuing from 10 to 2. And from 2 to 6 in the morning, it will be Preston.
Not Preston.
What? Excuse me?
Why
not?
I said that in like a different voice too. I'm like, not Preston.
I think what the random man is meaning is, I think he wants. I think the new guy wants to, and I point over to Will and I go, I think he wants to,
Why would I? No.
I think
Right,
he wants to
okay.
show his. I think he wants to show his abilities as a lookout.
You see him take his quill out and start to scribble
Wait.
as if crossing off
don't
an egg.
forget.
And Wilvin will have the 2 to 6 in the morning.
But
No, I'll take it.
The drow who has not worked all day.
I
taking
have been,
third shift?
dude. I have been scrubbing decks. I have been doing everything. I
like
literally,
getting-
I
I'm
was
like-
the first one to. I was the first one to sign the contract.
I've made up
I'm
my
like
mind.
getting in your face, and I'm just like going blah 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 blah, going back and forth with you.
So
No.
as you're arguing, you can hear Hansley every now and then. Order, please.
I will put my mouth on Wolf and just say, "Shut up." We got
I
work.
will throw you overboard.
I put my mouth on Wolven's face and I go, "We got work to do." Okay.
You put your mouth on his face.
No, I put my hand on his face. Fuck.
Okay.
Sorry,
It
I'm
already
tired.
happened.
I'm tired and like I'm high on hydrocodone. Okay.
As I
Just
settle
make
in,
sure
I'm
you
gonna
keep your
barf
mouth-
off the edge.
Oh god.
You do. With that, Hansley is still trying to maintain order, and it clearly is not apparent as you see other people sort of chime in on this. I don't want to stand watch either.
Yeah, what the hell?
I'm gonna turn into a giant elk.
I just walked up and
As you do, make a wisdom save again for me.
as everyone's just like starting to talk, I'm gonna go on top right next to Hansley, and I will say to everyone and go. I'll wait for whatever Sherman's doing, and then I'll do what I wanted to do.
Sherman still looks like Sherman.
A fear lingers in your mind as you bend over to begin to transform that this might not go the way you want it to. And your hands begin shaking again as you do this, and you stand back up straight.
I'm just gonna like awkwardly try and because I was trying to end the argument. I'm just gonna quickly like run down into the decks to the hammocks.
So as everyone's arguing and stuff, I'm gonna stand up right next to Hensley and I go, "All right, listen, you all. We all got our jobs to do. Someone's gotta be lookout. If you don't be lookout, then guess what? We're all gonna possibly die. Do you want that? No, I don't want that. So do the job that's assigned to you. You get paid, and you get to the destination that you wanted to go to."
I hope I spelled Hansley.
Oh, Hansley's up here. He's the one that is talking.
Well, I would be up there with him.
He's not the one arguing. He's the one trying to get you all to shut up.
I am trying to shut up everyone by saying what I said.
Ah.
Right, like I walk up to Hansley and I'm standing next to him and I say this.
Right. What he said. He looks over at you and gives you like a thankful nod. So that being said, going over the roster again, and he repeats himself. So I need Wilvin for the 2-6.
Bullshit. Under my breath.
Thank you. You may carry on with your free time. You all did great today. Also, payments of half are up here for those who have signed contracts.
Oh, sweet.
Oh, fantastic.
I go right next to him and I put my hand out.
So why is
So I just sitting next to Hensley. I'm gonna look over the crew.
Okay. You see two people that you haven't seen before. You can assume that one of them is Preston. That is just an easy.
Which one looks like the youngest?
Which one looks the youngest?
Yeah.
The guy who climbed down from the crow's nest.
So that's not Preston. So it's the other one. Because Preston was already given another one. Well, Preston was supposed to get a watch before. I'm saying this out of character, but Preston was given a watch before. If that would be kind of unfair and a little weird to have someone have two watches in one day.
The person in the crow's nest does line work. They're literally the most dangerous part where they're climbing against the mast and whatnot and out on the wood.
I thought the crow's nest is where people like do the lookout.
Well, at night, yes, but also they're called the master of the tops too, so they have to take care of the top parts of the sails.
Okay, well then I guess never mind. So I will just grab the gold. I guess that I don't know the promise that was promised to me.
All right. Okay. So everybody is handed.
Did you see my message?
21 gold pieces, except for Bashira.
Did
There
you see my message?
there's approximately, with yourself included, so that is 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13 crew members.
Then that includes our party.
Mm-hmm.
And do they appear to be in good physical shape?
Some of
Are
them.
they
Some of them are young.
attractive?
They're all sea dogs, if you will.
Okay.
So not that attractive unless you're looking for the rugged type.
So I'm just gonna get my gold and go down to the bed area and wait and see until I see one of the new guys, the younger one first.
The Preston's right there if you want to talk to him.
I don't know who that is.
The guy that came from the crow's nest.
Okay, so he was Preston. I wouldn't have known that until now.
He's
So-
the youngest looking one of all the crew members.
So I'm gonna walk up to Preston and go, "So, you're new here too?"
Yes, I am. Why?
Just want to meet the crew. Really a little friendly. If we're gonna be on the ship for a week, might as well make friends, you know?
Yes, but you're never going to see us again if you leave, so what's the point? Unless you want
Whoa.
to gamble, he says with a smile.
Gamble? What does that mean?
You don't play dice? Cards?
Well, sometimes I do, sometimes I don't, but this money I would like to keep it and not risk it.
Just rolls his eyes. He could be making more, at least double.
I say in thieves can't. Well, gambling's not the easiest way to make money.
He looks at you for a second. I've never heard that term. What about crows and flying and stealing bones? I don't understand.
I want to incite him to actually see if he understood me or not.
Guys are just insight left and right. Jesus.
Man, I have suspicions every day, okay? This is my character. I don't trust anyone.
Well, at least you trust me slightly more now.
Well, actually, I do. I do a little bit because of the.
What'd you roll?
What I'm told. Well, let me roll. I haven't done it yet. Shit. 17.
He seems very confused about you talking about crows stealing bones.
I just go, nothing. It's just the phrase I had. Me and my.
It sounds like you want to gamble. Bones is a term for dice.
Preston, is everything about gambling with you?
It's the only fun I have on this ship.
Wow. There's always other fun. Drinking, singing, fighting.
Yeah,
Taking your watch.
As you mention drinking, before Wilvin says that, you see his mood change. No drinks for me.
Why's that?
You see him just look away and not answer. Anyways, I think I better go to sleep. I have a watch early. Oh wait, no, I don't. Apparently, Wilvin took my watch, and he looks around.
Yeah. You're welcome.
Yeah, he's that man right there.
I like glare at him.
Thanks. It'll give me a chance to read as he just walks downstairs.
Love you too. Love you all, especially you, Silicon.
Yeah, you're welcome, Wilvin. You're welcome, Wilvin. You're a valued member of our crew, of the crew.
What do you want me to roll for that, by the way?
It's just common knowledge. For this ship, it just takes about 10. So they definitely needed crew hands.
Okay.
So I'm just going to go downstairs and just chill out at one of the tables.
Well, you said that there was 16, including us, right?
Yes.
So they would have been fine.
Yeah. It's always good to have backup.
Okay. How many passengers are there?
You haven't met them.
Okay. I'm going to go in search of the passengers.
Okay, we'll do that in a second. What's going on over here near the Navigator? Why is everybody cluster fucking the Navigator right now?
I'd like to put 3 gold on a bit of a gambling if you want.
You see Hansley look over at you. I have bad, terrible luck when it comes to that. Maybe 3 silver to start?
All right, if you're that chicken.
Yes. He just says without even really fighting. He clearly is a person that does not fight. He just agrees with you. I guess I am.
So am I like in the crow's nest?
No.
Did you climb up?
He said in the morning. It's not.
Yeah, you're the 2 to 6. This is just the start of night.
Oh, okay.
You'll get enough sleep. Like it's clearly divided so that, watch standing. All right, so Milo, since we have not been on you for quite a little bit, let's go with you. You start to go below deck. You're looking for passengers. You do see a couple of doors and whatnot, and this is before you get to the deck where the cargo hold is. You do hear what sounds like people talking and whatnot, almost like a couple sort of arguing.
Male and female?
It sounds like it, yes.
All right, so I write in my notebook 2 there, and I continue walking on.
You don't hear any sort of conversations and whatnot, but you take it just from hearing the first couple sort of talking that this is where the passenger quarters are. There seems to be 4 doors here.
All right, I'm just going to casually check to see which doors are locked or not, just by lightly, lifting the handle or whatever.
As you lift the handle and push on one of the doors a little bit, We'll say this is the first door on your left. As you do it, the one not talking, you push and it does open.
I peer inside. Is there anybody there?
As you look, it seems to be a very fresh-made cot. A very small room. I would say it's about maybe 8 foot wide and 8 foot long, so 8 by 8 sort of room. It has a viewport. You can stained glass, if you will, to look out into the water. It looks like this is the empty room. If they do have an empty room, there's nobody really here. You can see that there is a chest that seems to not be locked at the front of the bed and whatnot. But there doesn't seem to be anything in it when you take a close look at it.
Okay.
So now when you leave that room, the room straight across from you would be the couple arguing that you can hear them distinctively talking about how this trip is costing them too much. And the husband is like, you wanted to be on this trip. He's like, not if it cost us a small fortune. Looking down the hall.
That sounds like some of my trips.
Looking down the hall, there is a door to the left and right. Which one will you try first?
Let's go to the right.
Right. As you go up to the door, you're able to turn the handle, and it does sort of open.
Peer inside.
As you do, you see an individual laying on the bed, not under sheets or anything, but their boots scattered to the side of the bed, and it looks like they're looking up and tossing a ball. What you can see is it's some sort of a male that you haven't seen before, dressed in dark, seems to be leather clothing and whatnot. Though his attention now, as he throws the ball up one more time, he catches it and doesn't toss it, as you see his eyes sort of look where he was tossing the ball over to you, and his head slowly lifts up. Is there a problem?
Oh, I'm sorry, sir. I was just looking for the spare room. I won't bother you anymore. So I close the door.
All right. He doesn't seem to follow you or anything, and you can, in fact, hear the ball toss again.
And then I check the room on the left this time.
This door is, in fact, locked.
Can I peer through the keyhole?
You may try. Roll perception at disadvantage.
Okay.
I've promoted you every time you've rejoined.
I can't even click anymore.
Clickety-clack.
Right, so I'm going to roll on Discord.
All right, go ahead.
Nine.
That's 9? It says you rolled...
Yeah, he rolled 2d20. I don't know.
How do you see... Oh, the 6 plus 3. Got it.
Mm-hmm.
So, trying to peer through the keyhole, you don't quite make out really anything. The only view that you can get coming through this hole is what seems to be the viewport, is really what catches your eye, and you can't really see anybody.
All right, give me 1 second. I got to check my spells. Don't think that I have knock, but I might. I do. I'm going to cast knock.
You hear a click, and the door creaks open.
And I peer inside.
As you do, you see what looks to be clothes scattered amongst. Whoever was in here seems to have either wanted to leave in a hurry and did a poor job packing and left a lot of things behind, or they did quite the opposite. They started to unpack and just did a very shitty job unpacking and didn't put anything away. Looking around, you can see pieces of paper sort of scattered on the bed itself. You see what seems to be a backpack against the side of the bunk with a pair of boots.
All right, I'm going to take a look in the backpack.
Oh my god, this is Private Message Central. Oh, it's that loud of a spell, huh? Everybody on the ship hears a large audible knock.
I mean, it's not that loud. It's just you would hear it. It's like knocking on the door. Yeah.
I don't think it would be like so.
Not everybody on the ship would hear it.
I don't think it would be that bad either. We're on a ship that's constantly creaking and hitting against the waves. You would hear wood beating something all the time.
Okay.
It wouldn't be really that bad if you use logic.
Yeah, you're down in the hammocks. It's in the same hallway as you. You hear it, for sure. You see him enter a room as you look around for the source of a knock. You see Milo in the hall, who immediately just walked into a room and out of your line of sight. Okay, so you approach the same room, but you wait for him. Got it. So Milo, what do you do in this room?
I'm gonna look in the backpack.
As you open the backpack, you see that it wasn't very well shut. As you look through it, you see what seems to be 2 daggers in this backpack. A lot of sets of clothing and whatnot. You assume that this is he was like whoever this was unpacking from this room, or unpacking from this bag onto his bed and whatnot, or vice versa. He was folding clothes and putting them in there. And you dig a little bit deeper, and you can see what is a journal of some sort, leather bound, and it definitely is locked with a very little locket, sort of a keyhole and whatnot on it.
All right, I'm gonna look the book over for any magical spells or protections real quick, and then I'm gonna throw it in my bag.
Okay. Arcana, please, to see if you sense any magic.
Are you stealing?
I'm
Yes,
not
he
stealing.
is.
I'm being nosy.
Hey.
I've learned a lot about the real world
I'm
since
gonna
I
put it-
left,
I'm
and
gonna put
now
it
I
in
don't
my
trust
bag.
people.
I'm gonna put it in my bag, but I'm not stealing it. I'm just putting it in my bag.
Okay.
We've got a klepto.
Listen, I just want to know because you said you're looking at the book, then you're putting it back in
All
your
right.
bag.
So, 12. You don't sense any sort of arcanic presence on this book, and you slide it into your bag, and you hear the footsteps of somebody approaching. As you look behind you real quick, like, dear eyes, just like, you see Cousin Sherman sort of, like, sickly looking around and whatnot, and notice that you're in this room as well.
Great. I am going to roll stealth, and then I'm going to assist Cousin Sherman down the hallway and make it look like I was doing that the whole time.
No, it is Cousin Sherman is what you heard. Like looking with deers in the
Howdy,
headlights,
cousin.
You now see Cousin Sherman.
Okay, so he's like standing in the doorway then?
Like he just got there. Like you heard the clump, 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 and now here he is.
And he's in elk form?
No, he's not. If he was, he wouldn't even be down here.
We're on the map right here, by the way.
Tabletop's all fucked up for me, so.
Probably. You're
Welcome
the
to
only one with a really high ping.
Sherman, hello. You don't look so well. Why don't we go get you some fresh air? And I kind of wrap my arm around like his waist, since I can't reach his shoulders, and just kind of.
I'm instantly shoving the hand away. I'm like, yeah, do me a favor. 20 things wrong here. We'll say 2 of them for now. Don't touch me right now. I feel like a wreck. Another thing. I need some questions. You're a magic guy, right?
I can help in some ways, yes.
That's good, that's good. Do you at all... What is this? Do any of your spells fail sometimes? You know, like when you're casting something. Do they at all...
And then he gets backflashes of white land.
As we're talking, I'm pulling the door closed to this room and just kind of walking down the hall with Sherman.
Alright, he's waiting for an answer, though. He didn't answer.
Not often. Why?
Okay, that's cool. So, it being a magic guy, you see, you know how I can turn into cool little, critters?
Mm-hmm.
I tried doing that on the deck to, help the mood. It was kind of, oppressive up there. But, it didn't work.
Well, you see, magic, it comes from within, well, in my case, I guess. But you can also learn about it as well. And I believe that the way your magic works is, it works on concentration. And I believe your sickness is affected.
Sickness.
I know sometimes when I have headaches, I have difficulty casting spells.
So, did you find, medicine back in that room? Maybe it's something that can help me?
No, that appears to be one of the guest rooms. I stumbled into it by mistake. I was looking for one of the empty quarters here.
Oh, that's right. You paid for some sort of room, right?
I did. Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. Look at you. I gotta sleep in one of those things. I'll point down there, like
Points at a
nervously.
hammock nearby.
Oh, I'm truly sorry, but you don't look so good. Let's see if they have a surgeon on board.
You know what? I think I'll do that. Let's do that.
Oh God.
So is Preston just in is Preston just in the water now?
Yeah, he's in one of the hammocks in the same hallway.
Yeah.
So as Sherman and I are looking for somebody to take care of his illness, we can jump to somebody else.
All right, top side. There is now a brazier lit in the middle of the deck. It seems they pulled wood and whatnot and started to light a fire. Some of the people are now around it and whatnot. You see that a couple people are very, like, you can hear them just be like, oh, thank God. Preston went to sleep. Now we don't have to lose money. Who's up for a game of dice?
I am in.
Moonly screams from the top of... Hansley has actually taken the wheel, and the navigator seems to have retired to his quarters as he descends down into the deck.
As I see everyone go up, I'll actually go up on top deck as well. So I kind of just follow Preston and just watch him. And if I saw him go to sleep, I'm like, all right.
I'm going to the front of the ship.
All right. So, that being said, does anybody wish to do anything else before we jump to night?
Yeah, I want to go to the front of the ship and hold my arms out. Just stare out into the sea.
I'll go up behind you in the mirror, hold him right back, and I'm just kidding.
Oh boy.
I'm gonna go ahead and pretend to be the king in front of the deck before I go to bed.
So you're wrapping your arms around Meth Head over there?
Well, I mean, Amora's not here, so you know what? I'll save it.
I'll welcome
Hey,
the,
guess whose
welcome
fault that
friendly
was? Guess whose fault that was?
Drunk
Wait,
Wolven.
he didn't find her?
I didn't have enough
What?
time.
Hey, it's his
The
fault.
ship was like, yeah, we have an hour. You have 20 minutes. Okay, I can do it in 20 minutes. I can use fly and skirts the city. We're leaving now. What?
Hey, we're not the ones who told her to fuck off. I say out of character. I just want to make you feel as bad as possible.
Captain Meanie Pants, except that's not his name.
Is there a captain?
It's Rickster. Nobody's seen the captain yet.
Was it the guy who was like, yeah, we're leaving now?
No, that was Rickster.
That was Navigator.
That was the navigator.
No, yeah.
There you go.
Navigator Meanie Pants, if you will. But he has retired. He has gone below deck.
Yeah, I'm now on top deck with the rest of the gang. I'm not playing dice, I'm just watching. Chilling.
You see two people emerge from the hatch, a woman and a male that you haven't seen before, as they go over to the side of the ship. No, they're not drow, for those who have already seen these tokens before.
Definitely good.
Well, first off,
Hey,
they're
you
white.
two want to join us?
Suddenly, you see her ears perk up, and she looks behind her. Join you for free drinks?
Some dice? Some music? Little combination?
Music will be swell, but we're just looking at the sea.
What is Hitler doing? Just getting in between the couple. So yeah.
Yeah? So what are you doing?
I'm just walking around the ship. All by myself.
What is
He's
Pink
paid.
doing? Why is Pink...
He's pacing around the ship. He's moving his token
Oh,
back and
all right.
forth. He just stopped right there.
Not really much
Something-
to find and whatnot. However, when you
I'm
go...
not looking around. I'm just pacing. There's nothing else
Okay.
to do.
So that being said, who wants to, besides gambling and playing a song, anything else happening? Because I kind of want to fast forward the days that nothing happens.
I don't want to do anything like perfectly specific, but in my free time on the ship, can I learn how to like tie rope to an arrow and shoot it? You know, like aiming at the front or the mast or something.
You can do that at night.
Yeah, yeah. So I'm doing that.
Yes.
Doing that at night.
Okay. We'll just have it be.
I want like a skill I don't have disadvantage of in the future.
Just do simple athletics. It's a little challenging.
Yeah, I'm just saying. I want
as
to
I read private messages.
I'm bringing out Cashew and feeding him some more nuts. As it's just not nighttime. I find it weird how I named him after a nut and I'm feeding him nuts.
That's
that
quite,
cannibalism?
That is quite nutty.
That mouse is gonna be so fat.
Well, then I want you to die. No, I'm just kidding.
And then we cook it.
Oh
no,
my god!
I've
Whoever
had pet
said that,
mice
I'm
before.
slipping.
They become really fat if you feed them too much.
I'm not feeding him like a lot. I'm feeding him I'm feeding him dinner.
By the way, did Cashew ever tell me his real name?
Mice don't have names.
Cashew doesn't even know its own name.
He would know it. I've had him for like 3 years.
Massive ganglia.
You don't speak mouse.
No, hold on, Batman. DM, I've had this mouse for like fucking 3 years. It would know what I call it.
I mean, you can say cashew and whatnot, but it doesn't understand human, and it refers to itself as just I.
Well, I mean, it would understand like a dog. Like a dog doesn't understand what you're saying, but it knows when it's being said. Like,
yeah.
Being called its name.
Yeah. So it doesn't know.
It knows that's what I call him.
As
Because
he's
it's been like 3 years.
As he's like feeding the mouse, I kind of like I'm like, oh wow, oh it's little Cashew, and I start petting Cashew.
I say Cashew bite. I'm just kidding. Please roll
right.
animal handling.
No, it's a mouse.
Is there any sign of that third passenger?
Say that again.
Was there any sign of that third passenger, that person's room I went into?
You don't see them.
Okay.
Sorry, I'm getting a lot of private messages of people who want to do things in the upcoming days, so just give me a second here.
I feel like I know how Bergera feels. I feel like you know how Bergera feels now.
Who?
Bergera, how he feels on his Wildlands campaign. Because he always gets private messages from like literally everyone. And there's like 9 people in that campaign.
Mm-hmm.
So like, rip.
All right.
Man,
that being said, night begins to encroach, and everyone goes to sleep / stands their watch. For Moomly, I would like you to just make a luck roll, so just a d20 for me, because somebody has actually wanted to play dice with you for 3 gold. One of the crew members. You made 3 gold this night before going to bed.
All right.
And they're like, oh, another Preston. God damn it.
Enough to stop. Don't play with Preston.
All right. With that, night falls. You stand your watch, Wilvin. You may ask your sword any question as you are by yourself in one of the 2 crow's nests.
We like all leave chats for this.
Can we all what?
We always seem to hear his conversations with his sword. Should we not hear these conversations?
Yeah,
I don't like private conversations per se. It sort of ruins the mood when like there's nothing being said. So when
can I just kind of give you a little tip as a DM myself? It actually is better for when people don't know what's happening, because we players hear what's going on with the sword and Wolven. If we hear this, then we're like, it's kind of subconsciously back in our mind, like, okay, Wolven's up to something. If you don't know
don't
what's
trust
happening.
Wilbur again. You
No,
know
I'm
that
just saying.
work.
I'm just saying.
No,
like,
no. I'm agreeing with you. I'm agreeing with you. You're like, well, we finally trust him again. We hear this, we're gonna be like, ah, fuck, do we trust him again?
Speak for yourself. I still don't trust him.
I know you don't. I don't know why.
No, I'm just saying, like, it's better to have private conversations when those conversations should be private. If it's just between an NPC and a player, just move to another Discord channel, or better yet, make a Discord channel. Make it only like have a limit of 2, so that way no one can follow you. That's what I do.
Nope, you're fine. Or we'll just type it. Fuck it. So that being said, morning comes. We're gonna skip a little few days. I need Sherman to make 2 rolls for me. D20s. Days pass. Milo, your
Days
curiosity.
pass?
Days.
How many days?
We'll say 3 roughly.
Okay, well then what I messaged you last campaign should have happened.
What?
So that private message I sent you last week about what my bird was doing and why she hasn't been here the last few days, she would have come back if it was a few days. So I would have summoned her back on the second day. And would she have anything to tell me?
Locked up for a few days is what it looks like, and was released after paying a fine.
Okay.
All right. What were the 2 numbers you got there?
Wait. His daughter was released after paying a fine?
His daughter? I must be thinking of the wrong messenger. I thought you had the owl go after the woman.
Oh, hell no. I sent the owl out with a letter ahead of us to go talk to her son.
Oh my god, I need to reread this. Can you find it real quick by searching and just copy paste it for me? Because I do not even remember reading that.
GG.
We'll resolve that in a minute, but your paranoia begins to creep on you, Milo. You have not seen, after 3 days, this other passenger. And at the same time you realize this, a deckhand has gone missing. Preston was not there to cover the watch on the 3rd night. Or on the 2nd night, I should say.
Well, I would have been keeping a close eye on Preston.
I am totally going up the hands
like that. That's like kind of like my one thing I was doing. I didn't know.
Like, listen.
But if that's what you want, that's fine.
Yeah, I go up to the hands and I'm like, listen, I don't mind doing my shift, but if Presley's not going to cover his shift and I have to stay here the whole time, it's just ridiculous.
So, at one point you have to sleep. Is that not true there, Silicon? Right? Silicon that wanted to watch the kid?
Yeah, kind of just like under the corner of my eye, like, you know, if my free time was going on, if he was like alone, I would want to see what he's doing.
He was usually in his hammock reading on his off times when not working and whatnot, but he would normally just keep a normal sleep schedule and whatnot, normally when the rest of the crew slept, except for those who were watch switching. However, while you slept, he seemed to have disappeared and did not take his watch, and people are suspecting he fell overboard.
I'm going to look for his things.
Okay, we'll get to that in a second, as I need to read Brashira's message. Your message was not delivered successfully, as this person is also in custody.
Okay, so what would Gwen have to tell me? Like, she looked for him and then found that he was arrested?
He was apparently would not end home, and looking around, trying his damnedest to find him, saw what looked to be a trial of some sort going on in the town center, where he was in cuffs next to Sonola.
Okay.
Sonola, excuse me.
Great, then I'm gonna go put Plan A into action.
Plan A into action. Oh no. I already know what your plan A is.
Do you? Good.
Just because of what you've been asking. All right. That being said, though, apparently Preston has gone missing, as I've said before. Waking up, Siligon, hearing people being angry that he did not get to his watch in the middle of the night, you begin to become concerned. And then Milo, as I told you earlier, you still haven't seen the other passenger that is missing.
Do I know where his hammock was?
I immediately look for
Yes.
his things if they're there. That's keep saying that. No one's telling me what's happening.
All right. So as you go, you see his knapsack, if you will, sort of next to it. You peer into it. You find an assortment of possessions, a change of clothes, what seems to be the book he was reading. Mind you, this book looks worn. He has been rereading this over and over. It seems to be a tale about a hunter on the seas after what seems to be a very large shark that ate his father.
Well, I'm the only one seeing this.
You see a
No, I'm with you.
You see a golden, what you thought was golden, but pulling it out, now copper, almost sort of a very fragile chain. It almost seems to be some sort of a trinket, a holy symbol on it that you haven't seen before, unless you make a religion check to see if you have seen it before.
I would like to make a religion check.
It is a dragon of some sort. You don't know what color it's supposed to be, as it's all copper in this case, wrapped around what seems to be a cross.
A 10.
You've not seen this.
Is there any fun question? Any time I've blanked out besides falling asleep?
You've been having very restless sleep. This is Sherman asking, right? No, this is Moonley. Sherman? No, restless sleep. You've been having very difficult time sleeping on the ship, and being far enough from land, your anxiety just does not seem to go away.
We noticed how uncalm and how uneasy and how sickly he would be looking right now. I'm not sure the best way to put that.
He's pale in comparison to how he normally looks.
Then I would go up to him and be like, "Hey, you okay?
Doing fine, doing fine. Do you have any water?
You don't look fine, and we're surrounded by water."
Do you have any shrooms?
If you'd all be kind enough, crew and passengers alike, please stand on the forecastle. We need a head call. We need to find and make sure that Preston is all right.
I will go up to deck.
Where's that again?
That.
Over there. Right. So run over there, dragging Sherman, because he's concerned to him, but he still wants to follow orders.
Milo goes as well, and he has Gwen sit on the top of the mizzen watching.
Elamir, also a coin purse you also found with apparently 28 gold pieces and what seems to be a folded piece of parchment in the coin purse. I forgot about that.
It was me and somebody else were looking at it.
Yeah,
it was whoever asked first got to it first.
It was me, Siligon. I was
Siligon. Sorry, you found that first.
Okay, then I don't care about the gold. I'm looking at the letter.
As you begin to read the letter, my dearest Matilda, soon I'll have enough money for us both to have a better life for ourselves, to get you away from your place of work. I'm sorry that I couldn't be there for your 22nd birthday, but I promise I'm almost done. I've almost collected enough. When I get a time, I will at least visit you. Please, I'm going to send you a very large sum of gold in hopes that this will cheer you up in the meantime. You'll hear from me again when I make port at Waterdeep. I love you with all my heart. Preston. And then the letter A with a period.
And I'll take everything except the letter. And
I was still holding on to the gold.
I'm saying I'm taking everything that Silgon's not holding, putting it in the knapsack, like his book and everything, and I'm bringing it up to the nav. after Silicon's done, if Silicon wants to put the gold back and the letter, whatever. But
I'm gonna stash the letter. Well, I'm gonna take a really long look at this letter. Like, I'm not a very trusting person. I don't know if this letter is like some sort of code. I want to like do some sort of insight on it to see if there's any secret messages hidden within it.
So thieves' cant, there's nothing. Like, just with your straight thieves' cant, there's no thieves' cant to it.
Okay.
With your insight, go ahead. It's really perception, but we'll go with insight if you really want to use it.
Because we all love insight so much.
Well, I'd rather have insight than perception. Perception's just looking around. Insight's like looking into something and putting the pieces together.
But that's insight, though, is normally meant for trying to find insight in people's expressions and whatnot, not really handwriting. But
okay, well, I got a 12.
There doesn't seem to really be a hidden message. It was more written urgently, maybe as if he was hoping nobody was looking at him when he wrote it, per se. Other than that, no, there's nothing hidden.
Okay, I'm going to stash the letter, and I'm going to put the gold separate from mine.
Are you keeping the gold, or are you putting it back in the knapsack?
No, I'm not keeping it. I'm just keeping it on my person, but I'm not going to use it.
Oh, because I was going to bring... I mean, I'm with you when we're there. I would say I'm going to bring all this to the Navs as evidence, that he's really gone.
Okay.
All right, so everybody has been called to the forecastle. You guys just now peeking your heads out from the deck below, and the navigator steps forward and begins to say, "Silence! Stand in ranks. Act like crew members."
What's my rank, sir?
I hate you.
I know you do.
Preston, are you here? Preston, you were not at watch. And as you look around, you do see Preston poke his head out and start to come up from the deck. Sorry, sir, I was seasick last night. He sort of has his head hanging down and whatnot.
I start arguing with him, really? Yeah, made me watch through the whole watch?
I'm gonna give him a good look.
Do you want me to roll for it?
Each persuasion check for the number 4. Disadvantage with Preston here, as he's currently being yelled at in 4 different directions.
Well, this would have been during the last couple of days.
Then 3 then, because Preston's gone missing at the time you were going to talk to him.
He was missing for 2 days?
He was missing for like a half a day. I take it you're not going to have each conversation the same day, right?
Oh, yeah, I would do it as quick as possible.
Oh, all right. So go ahead and roll for Preston, too. He looks over at you, Wilvin, as you're yelling at him. I'm so sorry about that. So sorry. What's your passive perception?
Mine?
Yes.
9.
Okay. You look at him. Yeah, it's just 17. Just say 17.
Wolfman's not very wisdom-esque.
He apologizes to you. Perhaps I could pay you for your time that you stood there? I don't know. You hear a long drawn-out sigh as you look at the navigator. That's going out of your pay. You didn't do your job. I understand. I'm sorry. Like I said, I was seasick and not feeling very well.
As he says that, can I respond with, does that mean I get his pay?
Can I insight the seasick?
Yes, you may roll.
Just since we're on seasick.
I would do that too. I said I was looking him over.
So the lowest I got on that was a 12.
I nat 20'd the insight.
All right. For your insight. And Mila, just message me the numbers you're rolling. For your insight, you look at him up and down, and something just seems off. His mannerisms have clearly changed to your perspective. And he's not been making eye contact with you. He's been talking to everybody else. But there's just something off in his words. And for a second there, you think, this isn't even his voice.
I said, Preston, is something wrong?
No, nothing at all. And like I said, I've just been sick. I'll be willing to take double shift tonight, sir, if you don't mind. Make up for the loss.
I'm gonna go up to Preston and just put him on his back because, oh no, don't worry about it, bud. Hey, Captain, Navigator. He's feeling seasick. I'll take over his shifts.
I feel better now, though. It's quite all right.
No. I insist.
You know, if you take his shifts, you are not getting double pay for the day. Do you understand
I'm fine with that. No, I'm fine with that.
Wait, does that mean I was getting double pay?
Working double shifts?
He looks at you and he nods.
Oh. I like fold my arms and shut up. Like, oh, nice.
Oh, passengers aren't here. Fuck that.
Oh, they're not here?
No, they're not.
Well, I would immediately be concerned since he called for everybody to be here.
Yeah, nobody went down and told them to come up.
Wait, I'm gonna go down and check on them then.
I love it.
I'll be right back.
All right, Milo, real quick, as you go down there real quick and start knocking on their doors, I take it that's how you're going to address them.
Mm-hmm.
They do answer. The couple themselves look at you. What is it? We didn't order any food.
I believe that the navigator called for everybody to report to the top deck as a crew member was perceived to be missing. I was just wondering why you're still down here.
Nobody looks over at the girl and looks back to you. Nobody told us. All right, and they just close the door behind them, lock the door in front of you, and begin to walk up.
Hey, don't forget about him, Milo. Mr. Leatherball.
Great. And as they walk up, I'm going to cast Gaseous Form and slip into their room.
Oh my god.
All right, go ahead and waste the spell slot. You cast the spell, and you go through the door and reform on the other side. You see what looks like a bigger bunk, definitely meant for two people. Barely fits in this room, and you see what looks to be their chest that's locked and whatnot. You see woman's clothes sort of spread over the bed itself as if she was getting ready to change for some sort of an occasion. Looking around, you don't see much interest here. You do see what looks like a jewelry box, though, near the lockbox.
I'm going to take a look in the lockbox.
Oh god.
How are you opening it?
Oh, it's locked?
Yes. As you pick it up to try to open it, it jiggles, and you can hear jewelry sort of shaking in it as you move it.
It sounds expensive.
But there's nothing else suspicious in here at all? Like,
it seems like they are two travelers that are just minding their own business.
Right, in that case, I'm going to unlock the door and walk out, and then close the door behind me. Quietly, mind you, and then I'll continue to the top deck.
All right. It seems like there's an argument as you come back a little bit. Like, people very concerned. Like, why does he get to skip watch and we can't? I don't understand.
As everyone's arguing, I just say to Preston, "Hey, Preston."
Yes.
This is Silicon. And then I go,
Yeah, I know.
"Hey, man, do you got I know like this is a very hectic area, but I mean, you and I seem like a pretty cool dude. You actually you been seeing any ladies or something back home? You seem like a very charismatic young guy."
My wife? Why?
What's your name?
What does it matter? What are these questions?
I just want to know. What's her name?
Amanda.
I immediately draw my dagger. And I say, this man is not Preston.
What?
You are not Preston.
Everybody looks at you. You see a lot of the crew members like, get away from Preston, and begin to draw their weapons.
He's not Preston. And I take out a letter. And I say, Preston's wife's name is Matilda.
Yeah.
I draw my sword.
I draw my rapier.
I take out Preston's letter and I show everyone. I show it's signed by Preston.
Yes, her name is Matilda. I didn't tell you her real name. Why would I tell you her real name?
Why wouldn't you?
Yeah, why
We're
wouldn't
strangers?
You? Yeah,
You're strangers. The captain, or sorry, the You see the navigator give another
my
sign.
God.
Silence, everyone. What is the meaning of this? Put your weapons away.
Captain, may I?
Navigator, I
see-
believe that there is something amiss on your ship. I have talked with several of your crew members, and they believe it to be the same, and therefore, under code section 9 Alpha Delta B, I am taking command of this vessel.
Oh my God!
Clearly, you are unfit for command, sir.
Thank
With
you,
that,
friend
I give
computer.
the signal.
I'm confused. First off, I'm not the captain. And are you claiming mutiny? Boy.
I am not claiming mutiny, sir. I am claiming you are unfit for duty, and nobody has seen the captain in 3 days.
You
We
want to see
actually
the
haven't seen
captain?
the captain ever.
Yeah. Where's
I'm
Captain?
sorry. Let me rephrase that a little bit more loudly. I said, are you mutinying the ship?
Old
And he
person.
says this loudly, by the way,
Oh,
as you
God.
cast Old Person. What is the save?
The save is 16. It's a charisma save.
He barely fails it. So, he yells this, and you instantly wave your hands and gesture the spell, and you see him freeze in place. No weapon has been drawn, but the crew members sort of look at him and puzzlement. The problem here, though, is you begin to hear footsteps. As you look around for footsteps that aren't here, you see the captain's door swing open. And a very, very grizzled-looking captain begins to appear. The silhouette of it. However, as he steps into the light, you see a very familiar-looking high elf step out. Long blonde hair. As he first looks over to his left at Wilvin, then to Preston. For the rest of his crew, looking over. I'm sorry, what was that? Did I hear a mutiny?
Well, sir, I would like to say I'm not mutinying. I'm just saying that this Preston here is not the Preston we met when we went on the ship.
Right, and what evidence do you have? They don't have anything, sir. I told them that
asked
my
him-
wife's name was Amanda, and he clearly went through my things and found the real name. Why would I tell people my wife's name that I don't know?
Well, Captain, I would like to let you know that Preston here skipped his watch, and he's been missing for half a day.
I explained to the
comes back.
navigator that I was sick. Why am I being treated so hostile? And the crew's like, yeah, what gives? These new guys are causing trouble.
Well, if I might imply, if he was sick, then he would have been in his bunk, but he wasn't. We haven't seen Preston's face for half a day, and then he shows up out of nowhere and claims his wife is named something else.
And I wish that you let me roleplay your roles before you did this, Milo, but that's fine.
Sorry.
That being said, he looks at you for a second. Can you get me a high elf token there whenever you get the chance there, Monkeyfish? I didn't actually expect him to come out this soon.
I'm sorry, what am I doing?
I need a high elf picture if you got one.
Yeah, give me a second.
Give him a pointy
I wish you'd told me
A
before.
pointy hat.
What'd I call you?
I have a bag right in front of you, but what hair color?
Blonde.
You got blonde. Blonde.
But anyways, as everything's being said, who's arguing? Make a persuasion roll, and I'm going to do the crew's persuasion roll against you.
That would be me. And I am hitting. Actually, I can't pick up my die for some reason.
And Milo, though you're trying to mutiny, them defending their own shipmate at this point has been their primary concern, and have not really sided with you per se as they're trying to resolve one issue before the next one starts.
Okay, so I rolled an 18 with a 9. That is a 27.
Long blonde hair?
Yes. He looks at you for a second, looks to his crew, and he lifts his hand as if trying to silence everyone. First off, we'll deal with this in a minute. There's more pressing matters, as I wish to not be disturbed during this trip. Instead, I hear my navigator. Navigator? He can't really see him from his angle, but he looks up in that direction. Are you all right?
Sir, I'm afraid your navigator's indisposed. Something is clearly amiss on your ship, and the fact that you have not deemed to resolve the missing persons on your ship is of great concern.
Rixton fails his save throw. He's still stuck.
Can I make a good look at Preston? Like, see if there's a type of magic disguising him?
If you have any sort of sight that can do that, by all means, go ahead. But it doesn't work that way. So if you don't, then you don't get to make that.
No, I just have Devil Sight, which does not assist in that.
He is clearly just fidgety at this point and looking at you all like, "What? I didn't do anything. What?" That being said, though, the captain raises his hand again to silence everyone and goes, "I heard that there is a mutiny." And he looks at Milo as he starts to utter there's clearly a miss and whatnot happening. And he goes, "Really? Looks like the head count is accurate to me."
Really? Then do you care to explain why one of the guest quarters is amiss, and that guest is not on board?
Sure.
We arrived at port. He went out drinking. He clearly didn't come back. Any other questions? The medicine.
I need something like really bad, like a shroom or
We don't have any
grog.
mushrooms. There's plenty of grog. It's the only thing to drink on this ship.
Thank you very much. I'm gonna go get some.
So, then this wasn't an attempted mutiny, as he just eyes over at Milo.
No, sir, it's not an attempted mutiny. It is a negotiation.
And what negotiation is that? And he's just glaring at you.
You will take us to our destination now,
That-
sir.
I would call that blackmail.
He crosses his arms. And what if I don't? What if I go to Waterdeep first and then Neverwinter? What will you do? I suppose find another faster ship in Waterdeep. Is that correct?
Sir, if you make a stop in Waterdeep first, I'm afraid that you won't have a crew left.
I point my sword at Milo.
I actually glare at Milo like, Milo, what's wrong with you? What do you?
I'm afraid
doing?
that we don't have time to dally anymore, folks. We need to make it there now.
I'm sorry, Milo, but I signed a contract.
Yeah, same here. I'm not gonna be mutiny. I'm not gonna be taking over a ship owned by someone else. What matters right now is this imposter, and I point my dagger at Preston.
I signed a contract to protect the ship. If you're going to mutiny, I will have to fight you. And currently, there are two people that I'm worried about right now. Both you and Preston.
Right. So what is this? Preston said Amanda meant something else. Is that what I heard so far? Blah, 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 blah. He just
This
raises his hand
man,
as he says this.
This man Preston, and I'm taking out the letter. He claimed that he claimed that his wife's name was Amanda, and he wasn't showing up for his duties, and he's definitely acting stranger than he was before when we got on the ship. I asked him his wife's name. He said it was Amanda. I look at the letter. It says Matilda.
So what do you? So you go through his personal things. He lied to you, and that makes him what? A liar?
Actually, yes, sir. If
So what do you want? What do you want to do about it, crew? What do we do about this?
Sir, I actually just wanted to say this. Preston said he wanted to take his shifts on the watch. I insisted that I take his shifts for him, and he doesn't have to do watch anymore. That's all I want to do. And then he starts lying to me. And I find that very deceptive, and I don't like that.
Right. So as I said, what do you want me to do about it? You're getting double pay for the day, aren't you not?
I don't care about double pay. I just care about getting to Waterdeep. or wherever my friends need us to go. If I just want to make sure that everything is secure and all information is true. If it is not, I'll be questioning some things.
Right. Asking questions is one thing, but stopping progression from my crew from doing things, including Preston himself, liar or not, what do you want to do about it?
Oh, sir. What do you want to do about it?
Absolutely nothing, because he's literally done nothing wrong other than act suspicious.
That makes me worry, actually, that you're just allowing your crew to lie to you and to everyone.
Well, how has he lied to me? He's clearly lied to you.
Sir, I'm trying to be very nice.
I'm trying to be very open-minded, and your circumstances, though have some merit to them, still are lacking. You say, I can perceive things. Great. We all have eyes. What does that mean to me? As I get 8,000 private messages.
Sorry.
Fucking Sir, just want to let you know this area, that this ship could be compromised. And I would rather...
It already has been, as he stares at Milo. I just tried to get mutinied. He's lucky I don't throw him overboard.
Fuck's sake. I look back to the rest of the group and I go, guys, what are we doing?
Oh, great. What are you doing under the deck? Okay, so as you do this, I didn't read any of these private messages. I don't know why. Were they in game?
I'm gonna go ahead and put Shadow Hound on Preston.
You're looking around. You're trying to find something. Brashear, you DC'd?
I did.
For any sort of help. And as you do look around the ship, you stumble upon what is the room that has the cargo. Though you don't see a padlock on it anymore.
I'm gonna blast in there. I'm looking around, making sure no one's following me or looking at me. I'm gonna try and like it.
So you just slam the door open, close it, and just rest your back against it, like.
Yeah.
And as you do,
down there?
No, he's on like third deck.
Okay.
As you look around, there's a little bit of a light. Somebody has lit a torch, and you don't see anything per se. There's still the sheets on each of the cages. You do see that there's spices and whatnot, and you get a whiff of potential herbs that might help you. Frantically, you go over to one and you start, oh, I need to find something. Then it hits you, that copper scent of blood.
I'm gonna like bum rush towards the herbs, and I'm gonna stop instantly when I smell that. Kind of go like even more pale, and start turning slowly towards wherever the scent's coming from.
You turn, it's like between some of the crates and the cages, but you don't see anything. Also, you don't hear the rattling of chains like you did last time either.
Ah.
Roll furnished.
Well.
Yeah, have sheets. Just so you know, there's sheets covering them.
I'm gonna throw off the sheets.
You pull the first sheet, and you see what looks to be the cage that you didn't see before, the one that wasn't really revealed. And it looks like the bars, some of them are bent inward and broken. You see bars just on the inside, broken and torn, as if something pulled on the bars to get its way out.
Did by chance I ran by the door, so I guess the guard that was guarding the cargo wasn't there.
No, there hasn't been a guard on this door since you guys left the shore.
Alright, I'm gonna try to like feel, like reach my hand out towards where the scent's at, like try and go between the cages.
So it's off to your left, looking at this cage on the far left towards the crates. As you begin to feel your way through and whatnot, and you now smell it even more, you hear flies, and you can see a dead body hidden behind the crates with a pool of blood underneath it.
Good old classic, like, anime scream. I'm going up, out of the deck, right up top.
All right. Ah! From the second deck. Ah! First deck. Ah!
We just hear a scream.
Ah! And Sherman, pale, just almost blue in cheek color at this point, just from screaming and almost passing out from not inhaling.
Sherman, what's wrong?
I had enough of this. I knew the moment I saw blue water, I knew it was going to be wrong. I knew all this was going to be crazy. I knew all this was going to be terrible. There's a dead body down in the cargo bay.
Why am I not surprised?
I just looked towards the captain. I still have my dagger pointed at Preston.
Am I the only one here who's freaking out about a dead body and everyone's calm about that? You guys are sick.
Sherman, calm down. Anything? The animals. See the animals?
Oh yeah. By the way, the cage. What's inside the cage? It's got that now.
What's inside the
Well, this gnome is about ready to jump overboard.
Told you, sir. This boat is compromised, and it's not by the halfling.
Finally, somebody sees common sense here. Captain, care to explain yourself?
Rickster, after a minute, finally, like, you hear him breathing. That man tried to start a mutiny. He's like, Rick, I already know. Man the wheel. Hensley, I need you to come with me. You too. Preston, as he glares at him.
By the way.
Just nods a couple of times. Okay.
Sir,
I'm Preston.
Captain, if I may.
Yes, I'm Preston.
Okay.
Captain, if I may, I would like to keep a dagger towards whoever this man is.
I don't care what you do. I need to see this. And he starts heading down the deck.
I'm bolting down. I'm trying to bolt down in front of him, frantically talking about like how much I hate the sea.
I keep my dagger towards Preston.
That's great.
Waiting.
Go sit in a hammock.
If Preston does anything,
I'm still following him to the bay.
Grappling him and slitting his throat.
Okay, he's not
really,
trying anything.
Like...
I know. He's not trying anything. All right, you send your bird out. Caw-caw, caw-caw. All right, great. I don't think that's actually what's happening, but that's fine. As you go and follow him, he does find the body in the cargo hold. Everybody smells the sort of new rotting flesh and blood smell. And you see him take out a handkerchief and cover his mouth. And he goes over to the body, and it's face down in this pool of blood covered. And as he flips it over, you see a naked person. They're not wearing any clothes. And you see the face of Preston.
I immediately grab whoever this is that I have my knife to and hold him by the throat and have my knife.
His eyes are wide too. He is in shock at what he has seen at this point. And you see the captain stand back up after he flips him over. You see that this Preston, the dead one on the ground, has their stomach ripped open, like just torn, and there's no innards, as if something just ate the inside of him.
Sir, if I may incline, what sort of animals or beasts were you carrying on this ship?
They were merely jaguars. You can do whatever you want with this Preston. Throw him overboard, I don't care. Sir, no, I'm telling you, I don't know what that is. I'm Preston.
I am immediately inciting him. I'm inciting this Preston.
I am saying, Captain, I know that's Preston, and I know this clearly probably isn't Preston, but should we get to the bottom to things before we make such harsh decisions?
His fear and his emotions have been clearly fake in nature. He doesn't seem actually fearful. And holding on to him, he definitely hasn't, like, skipped a beat in panic.
I am digging my dagger into his throat, and I'm going to slit his throat.
All right, roll the coup de grace damage. That is 2d4 plus your dex.
Okay, so
What was Wolven saying? Sorry.
I was saying, before we jump to conclusions, should we figure out who this is before we make,
It's happening.
Yeah, I know it
already
is.
slitting his throat.
I'm zealous. The captain
As you
is
finish the
doing it.
sentence, suddenly just you hear a gurgling noise.
And I slowly turn my head. God damn it.
And you see this person, Preston, grab his throat as blood just starts streaming down the front of his chest, and he begins to have blood escape his mouth as he tries to speak.
I slide my sword into him.
And you finish him off too. It was enough. It was enough damage at that point. So you stab into him as he was already going limp from the blood loss and whatnot.
I'm gonna
and you
stab him with my rapier.
Jesus Christ.
stab.
We're
So
just
what is
murdering-
this fucking? What is this? Are we
Game of
John?
Thrones, a little bit concerned as these
Aelemir
people
turns and
he's
walks
been
out.
traveling with suddenly just start stabbing somebody.
So we're Jon Snowing. Got it. We're Jon Snowing him.
Never
Hey,
heard.
speaking of Game of Thrones.
Never watched Game of Thrones, so.
Hey, speaking of Game of Thrones, it's done.
They betray the entire watch betrays him and stabs him one at a time.
Why would
until
you
he die.
spoil it? Why would you
Thanks,
spoil
I
it?
haven't watched
Because it's been out forever. Go fuck
And I
Dude,
haven't
yourself.
watched it.
don't spoil it though. That's a little rude.
Anyways,
You just killed the only witness here.
and now he is laying in a pool of blood.
I'm then
Dead.
going to pick up his body.
Milo is gonna cast Spare the Dying on him.
I slit his throat, dude.
You cast
that's
Spare the
alright.
Dying. As you do, you gesture your hand. Everybody hears your incantation. He doesn't come back. He's
I
still
knew
very
this.
lifeless.
I knew this sea life was terrible. I knew the moment I was gonna step on this wooden piece of this should be planted in the ground. This should have been a tree. Think of all the happy trees that could have been from this ship. This is so stupid. I wish.
Examine the body.
You may, if you can convince people to move out of your fucking way, as he's
I'll move out of the
surrounded.
way.
Everybody,
I'll move out of
back
the way.
up now. I am
Well-
one pissed off halfling, and you are delaying my trip, and I need to know what is going on exactly.
You know what? Copy that. I'm gonna sheath my sword. I'm gonna go back upstairs, Captain, and I'm gonna ring those sails as I go upstairs, sheathing my sword.
I will cast Cure Wounds on Preston.
I think he's gone.
Pretty sure he's gone, but I'm gonna do an Arcana check to determine if he's some other creature, like a doppelganger or something I might have read about.
So, as you look over this body, you're rolling what to determine what?
So Arcana is a 23.
To determine.
If he was like some other creature or something like that, like magically
You
disguised.
know that magical creatures that like that, like a doppelganger and whatnot, when they die, they will revert to their doppelganger form. This person clearly has not.
I got a quick question. When Sherman was down there, did he pull off all of them and notice that none of the animals are there and we're in there? Are none of the animals in cages?
I didn't know. So, as the first sheet's already off, you can see the bars have been bent. Something really strong had to pull its way out of this. You look over at the next one, you pull the sheet where the jaguar you originally saw is now dead in the same fashion as the dead body near you. Its
And the
torso
other
ripped
two
open.
cages?
The other one cage you rip open, and this one is an unlocked cage. The door at the time was closed, but as you pull the sheet up, you see it just slowly.
There you go, Captain.
I'll just say there may be another among us who's not who they say they are.
And I just point to Preston, the dead one I just killed.
Well, Captain, it appears that your precious cargo, which you needed to travel to Waterdeep for, is no longer here. So why not charter our passage to our destination, and I will pay you.
Milo, I
Surely
don't think you
that
got it. There's
makes
somebody
sense.
else among us that isn't who they say they are.
I understand that.
I just point to Preston, the one I killed. Again.
No, that doesn't make sense. That Preston was in the middle cage, which means there's somebody else doppelganger.
How would you know what a doppelganger is, sir?
No, okay. I said doppelganging, meaning they don't look like themselves. Or they look like somebody else.
Captain, I'm asking you one more time. Were there only jaguars in this cage?
They were.
And as he says that, I'm going to incite him. Because he's not very trustworthy as of this moment. That is not good. That is 12. No, 13.
As you look at him, he seems more concerned with the cages. Like he's just looking at the one that's ripped open as if in awe at this point. He's not even paying attention to you.
I'm going to cast Speak with Dead on the corpse.
All right. You cast the spell. You wave your hand and begin to cast the spell. And as you end the incantation,
Actually,
nothing happens.
Question. Which corpse?
I assume the Preston that you guys just killed, because that's the one he's focused on. You cast your spell and it ends, and nothing happens. That faint, eerie sort of mist does not return to its mouth.
Can I roll Arcana to find out why that would happen?
I mean, it should be obviously at this point, but I'll just give it to you. The only way that would not happen is if whatever it is you cast it on is not dead.
Interesting. Okay. With this, I'm gonna burn my final 3rd level slot and hold person on the body. 16 save, charisma.
16 save. I mean, I should just have it auto fail anyways, but
where I'm standing over here.
The body is not moving like it wasn't previously.
I'm afraid that this creature is not dead.
Moomley over here begins casting Layman's Tiny Hut.
Like the only smart person.
And I'm only in it too because I went above deck too.
I would be in it.
No, you didn't.
When he cast.
I went above deck. I said I should.
Wilvin did go up the deck.
All right.
Hey, what are you doing, Wilvin?
So then, as Milo says this, to go, all right, I'm not gonna wait and to see if whatever this thing comes back. And I look for anyone. Does anyone mind helping me throw this thing overboard? If you toss it in the sea, it'll just drown or get eaten by some aquatic animal.
I should like to know what it is first, so I know what the other 2 creatures we are dealing with are.
I don't think it would be safe or wise.
And what if this creature has the ability to shape forms at will? It could be any one of us here. It could even be you, sir.
Me?
I think.
Didn't you just kill it?
There is another one. Didn't you have 3 leopards on board, sir? There's only 1 dead leopard.
Jaguars, learn the difference.
3 cats. You only have 1 cat that body here. Where's the other one? Could be just like this.
Where are the other 2?
Jesus Christ.
No, 1 is there. 1 is Preston.
That's not a jaguar.
It's shape-shifted or something.
He goes over to the corpse and grabs like the wrist of this thing. This is not. He's just like shaking the corpse. A jaguar.
Then how are there 2 Prestons here, sir?
And you begin to see a smile curl on Preston's lips as his form begins to change.
Great, I am going to firebolt that motherfucker.
And the change is going to happen first.
Okay.
As you begin to see his face contort and his height begin to increase, his clothes begin to shimmer a new color, as now there are 2 Cat and Ashtons.
I go, what the fuck? And I immediately try to stab the one that just turned into the other captain. Like, fuck this guy. Okay, I'm just gonna kill this thing and throw it overboard again.
Okay. We need battle music now.
Is my firebolt going off while this is
happening? No, go ahead. Yours is going off first.
Is he prone?
Not currently.
Okay. Just normal attack.
And I am going to spend sorcerer points to heighten it.
What did it turn into?
Something like the captain.
You got
It
19
turned
to
into an
hit.
exact copy of the captain.
Oh, okay.
19 hits.
So I rolled a 27.
I'm gonna
to do
cast that.
stabby.
I'm gonna
Do
cast
stabby,
Hunter's
stabby.
Mark.
Well,
6 damage.
6 damage? Alright, writing that down.
Fire damage.
Mm-hmm.
Casting
Holy.
Hunter's Mark on the one that just shapeshifted.
Really,
Got
why
it.
are you casting that? We just killed the thing that was the problem, wasn't it?
no, it just
It's
came back
alive.
No, I'm talking to Lily. Who's above deck casting that?
Inside my hut, I'll cast Vicious Mockery.
What?
Yeah. At him. Just be like, you're an idiot.
So I rolled a 27 to stabby stab. Do I get a stabby stab?
You need to get a stabby stab.
Do I roll sneak attack?
You get everything. You get the shabam.
Even assassinate?
Your first act, right?
Oh my goodness. Hold on, let me actually see what it does. I've never done it before. Assassinate. No.
Not so far. It's just a stab and a little fireball. It's not like
Okay, well,
explosions.
I had advantage, so let me just see if I get an extra 20. I don't. Is it technically surprised?
Yeah.
Oh my goodness. This is actually probably just going to kill him. Okay, let me just roll it over here because there's a lot. And now my game crashed. Oh my god, look at all those ones. 18 plus 2, 20 points of damage.
18 plus 2. Is that what it is?
Yep.
Okay. As you pierce into it, with a rapier, is that what it is?
No, dagger.
With a dagger. You see your dagger hit it right in the middle mass. And with the same effect, a lot of blood gushes out. As you retract your dagger, though, you see the wound close. And the thing begins to take even more shape at this point from your damage. We're going to roll initiative now as I'm going to switch the thing. The captain's like stammering back, like, what the fuck?
I cast Hunter's Mark on the copy.
It's not what I meant to do. Hold on. I am just, having fun with this. There we go. That's Preston. And battle music.
What the fuck is that thing? Is that a... Oh my goodness, it's a demon.
Is it a demon?
It's a jaguar demon.
It only has 2 arms, mind you. Don't pay attention to the
Oh, okay. Jeez,
literal.
This thing, like, we were gonna be fucking chopped in half by the 4 scimitars.
It doesn't have any weapons. No weapons.
Yay. Just gonna fucking keep stabbing it.
There was no good picture I could fucking find.
What is it?
I don't know. Do you know what it is?
No, because I'm not below deck.
It's a werecat.
Oh, it's a were-tiger.
It's a were-tiger.
Dude, where's the swords?
So if we're all below deck, where would we technically be? Because technically we're on a map of the top deck.
You'll be coming from behind the captain when you go to intervene.
Well, I stabbed it. So I'm like right next to it.
Then you're right next to it.
Check.
I'm just saying everybody who's above deck is going to be coming from behind the captain.
All right, so can I move my character to there?
Give me a second. Oh, no momento, por favor. I'm trying to find a better image because everybody's complaining about this one.
No, I don't care. I was just saying, dude. I was just asking. It's fine.
All right. So, that being said, let me look at initiatives. I should have had you do it in Discord.
Oh, well then I'll just put it in Discord if you want me to. I have it in Discord as well.
Sorry, this is just getting more messy than I want it to be.
Welcome to DnD.
Okay, I got 18 for Silicon.
Oh man.
23 for Milo, which was the same initiative you got in the last fight. 17 for Sherman. Who am I missing? I'm missing Mimley. What'd you get?
Didn't roll yet. Hold on.
Okay,
You're also
Wilvin.
missing me. I haven't rolled yet.
Okay, Meth.
16.
$23 for Bolvin.
And Mimley got
8. I got 8.
8.
Mm.
Okay, so I'm gonna put some music on. Turn my light on because I can't fucking do anything. The first act is Milo. Milo and Wilvin. Wilvin, I believe you have highest dex, correct?
I have 16.
I have 16 as well.
All right, so we'll just Milo rolled first, so you got it, Milo.
Okay.
Your spell hits it and does damage versus everything else. You see it's first scorched in this case from your firebolt.
Can I make some sort of roll to determine what type of creature this would be?
This will be your bonus action.
Okay. You want me to roll?
What time of Stork are you? Are you wild magic?
No, I am draconic.
Okay. Arcane or religion, or where do you ever think you can inspire information of knowing where this thing is from?
Okay, I'm doing Arcana roll. 25.
25. You've heard legends of creatures like this, though you never believed them to be true. This is a Rakshasa.
Oh, for fuck's sake. Thanks, man.
No,
Thanks,
no problem.
man. Why are you giving us this shit? It's gonna hunt us down. The critical role.
How do you spell that?
It is spelt Rakshasa.
Not that you guys would know, because I haven't told you.
I want to know personally as a player. I've never heard of this before.
Yeah, they're like a tiger race.
No, not a tiger race at all. A demon race.
Demon.
Close enough.
It's pretty much like terrible.
What is your action?
I'm gonna fuck it up.
You're gonna fuck it up, all right?
I'm just gonna check to see how I'm gonna fuck it up.
Odd. Yeah, what do you roll for that?
He rolls the awesome D100 for how fucked up it is.
I'm gonna need a performance check.
How far away is it from me? Not that far, right?
30, if not less.
Alright, let's see. I am going to. I really just want to fireball and just kill everybody, but make sure it dies. But I can't do that. So I am going to empower Scorching Ray and twin it. So it'll be. I have to roll 4. Yeah, it's 40, 20. I believe that's plus my spell mod.
Yeah, we're dead.
Yeah.
Don't look up the creature. Stop it.
I never did. I'm just saying, like, I know from like past and from watching Critical Role that Rakshasa is like fucking terrible.
15, 12, 13, and 10.
So what is this exactly?
It's Scorching Ray. I have to roll to hit for each ray. So.
The last one doesn't hit. The last,
Okay.
or actually, a lot of them don't hit. Yeah, no, only one hits.
Oh shit.
What is
Okay.
wrong with my music right now?
Memory leak. So I'll roll.
Is that what it is?
Hold on,
Memory
one
leak?
then.
Hold on, but are you sure you're adding like everything correctly? Because your mod is 4.
Yeah, it should be 15 because I got an 11, 8, 9, and 6 from my rolls.
For sports, you ready? You add your ability modifier and proficiency.
Oh, I didn't add ability modifier.
Yeah, you're supposed to do that.
So that would be plus another 3.
So 18. 2, 4,
Wait,
4.
let's see. It says spell attack mod 6. So does that include the?
That's everything. So it's just
Okay.
+6 then. So unfortunately, only one hits.
No, he
Plus
rolled,
six.
Only
he
one
rolled a
hits?
7. He rolled a 17. He rolled a 16. No, 16. A 15. A 12. And a 14.
One does not question the
Only
DM.
one hits.
The DM is always right.
I did the math too. Trust me. Only one hits.
Okay. So then he's got a DC of 15. Got it. Or AC of 15. All right. It's 2d6 plus my charisma mod. He's being a sorcerer.
The music's gone forever.
I know.
Oh, and I got fucking 1s on both those. Lovely. So 6 damage total.
All right. As you land your only one of the rays, the other ones go wild and scorch the walls around you. You see the ray singe its fur again, and it looks at you as if you're not even that much of a threat. And it looks back at Siligon and gives a very, very toothy grin. At this point, it is now Wilvin's turn to act. You do hear the spells flying down below. Just, what is that?
Oh, what is that? As I run back downstairs. And I see what appears to be a cat demon. Tiger demon?
Yes.
I think to myself of, yeah, this might taste a little bad. As I run up to him and I slash him.
What is your alignment?
My alignment?
Mm-hmm.
Lawful good? Why?
Oh, you're lawful good, Jesus Christ. I doubt it. I mean, I'm not going to really go against that at this point, but sure. All right.
I mean, if I'm chaotic good, you can run with that, but...
I wouldn't even classify you as good at this point, but okay. All right, attack it. Go ahead, roll.
All right. Give me 1 second.
I'm just trying to make this thing fucking work. Damn soundbot. Work. Nope.
21?
21 hits. My soundbot is broken. Everyone, I'm so sorry.
By the way, as a monk, you get 2 attacks. And a bonus action attack with your fist.
I do not get a bonus action with my fist.
You do.
No, I don't. Why would I get that?
You're a monk.
He's not a real monk.
Oh.
Surprise.
I asked him if he was a monk class. He said, yeah.
Yeah, no, you think
No.
he's a monk. For sure.
I was just saying that player to player. I was like when I asked you like legitimately what's your class, you said it was a monk.
No, I said I am a warlock, but my character is a monk.
What?
You
Does
never said
a
anything about anything
hit?
about a warlock.
21 hits, yes.
No, it says a 10 hit.
No, obviously not.
Okay, so then I deal a total of 4 damage.
So, it not paying attention to you, more looking at Silly Gone, apparently somebody named him that, you strike in his arm and you see this singe mark of burnt flesh where your sword, and he winces for a second and looks at you. You now are deemed the threat in the party. Do you do anything else for your action?
Let's see, I get a bonus action.
Yep, to do...
That I can't do anything for. Wait, I still have Shadowhound on him though, right?
Yes.
Cool, he still feels dread.
Yay!
Yeah. That's it though, I can't do anything else.
Just so you guys know, I'm going to be using Rhymebot since this isn't working.
Oh boy.
Thanks. So you might want to turn it down when you hear it if it's too much. Boulders.
Is it possible to request that we draw out where we are, or no?
What do you mean draw out?
Like, are we really this crammed in one little space?
Yes, it is a very tiny place.
You know, I just realized my shadow hand would not have come back to.
Now swings with his second claw. And what happened to my music? Did he really stop already?
I think someone is probably because someone joined.
No, it's Rhymebot. It's not supposed to stop.
What's Rhymebot?
It's Rhymebot. A rhythm. Sorry, excuse me. I am tired. All right. The second claw is going to hit you with a 28.
What?
What?
Oh god, a 28?
No,
Oh, yeah,
it's only 23. Anyways, dealing 6 slashing damage to you. As you dodge the first one, you see its claws trail this black sort of ichor in the air that seems to fade. And as you dodge out of the way of the first attack, his second claw just goes and uppercuts and slashes against your chest. You feel pain as you look down and you can see this ichor sort of enter your wound and sort of dissipate into nothingness. The captain, his turn. He steps back. And he has the potential to proc an attack of opportunity, but you see Preston, or whatever this thing is, doesn't take the attack. That's right. Run. Get off my ship. See? It just keeps dying. Why does it stop?
Because it's a demon?
No, the bot.
Sorry, had to.
Yeah, probably because you didn't enable loop.
You set me up way too well for that.
And you see it turn now to face Sherman on the end of its initiative.
I thought Sherman wasn't here. He was in his bunk.
Was he?
Yeah, he went.
Oh, okay.
With that, we go down the turn order. It is now 18, which is Silicon.
Bonus action. Oh wait. He already did a reaction. No. Yes.
He didn't use. No, he didn't take the reaction to attack the
bonus
guy.
action. Disengage, my dude. Back up like I don't know, 15 feet. That sounds like a good idea. And then like lol, throw dagger.
Throw it.
Send in the mouse.
Fuck that, dude. Okay. That is a plus 5. 16 to hit.
16 does in fact hit.
I was about to say it doesn't. I was like, oh shit. Okay, let me get out this shit and let me roll for my sneak attack in. There's a motherfucker right next to him that is considered hostile towards him. And boom, 15 plus 2, 17 points of damage. Throw my dagger.
How much total?
17.
17 damage. Wow, nice.
Seriously. Hey, rogues.
You throw your dagger. You back up quickly, getting your dagger ready. You throw it. You see a very wide open in its defense. Nails it in the back of the head, and the dagger just protrudes from there. And you see blood beginning to run down, and it turns its head to face you, and just smiles again, still drooling from its mouth.
And then I use the rest of my movement to move.
Gotta go fast.
Another 15 feet away from him. I don't really know where to put myself on the map because everyone else is on. Like, I don't know who's technically on top deck and who's not.
Moonley is the only one that doesn't appear to be here.
Okay. Moonley, is it alright if I can like move your?
I was running here though. Will I arrive when I get to my initiative?
Yes.
Okay.
So we'll put you over here.
I will move.
You'll be appearing behind Wilvin, like, oh!
Like, I don't know.
It'll be like, where do you go, Wilvin?
You have reached the back of the cargo hold and cannot move any more back.
Actually, no, I'm gonna get closer to my friends. I'll be like, here, I guess. I don't know. That sounds good enough. I did some, and then I'm gonna yell for Kashi to get the fuck out of my pouch. Get out of here, run to somewhere safe. I don't know if he understood.
You hear squeaker squeaking as it runs down your leg and begins to hide in a spice crate.
I can speak. I have beach speak. What does it say?
You are too busy just grabbing your own wound, going, "Ow!
Ow! Fucker!"
With that, we move over to, I believe it is now Cousin Sherman.
Oh, bye-bye.
Make a wisdom save.
Rhythm is talking about it.
I don't think you can create one that big.
Why is it fucking...
In such a confined space, you would crush all of us.
That won't be what?
Oh yeah, that is fucking up horribly. Just like my bot did. 12. You instinctively begin to try to shapeshift and know that something inevitably bad is going to happen. But regardless, your friends are in dire need at this point. The anxiety of being out at sea, of not being anywhere near the forest, has overcome you in a sense. You begin to transform. However, you lose consciousness when you do. Everybody else sees that you're bending over in almost in agonizing pain, that you begin screaming as not scales start protruding from you, but feathers. And you begin to get bigger and bigger. And everybody can hear the warping of planks as your shoulders begin to press against the wood itself above you. And replacing you now is a giant bird. Unlike anything anybody has ever seen.
Yeah, man, get on.
Man, I've never seen anything like that.
It's a Pidgeotto.
I throw my Pokeball. A master ball.
Tell me, bestial rock-like bird, what do you do?
I thought he was unconscious.
He blacked out, is what I was getting at. All right, go ahead and make an attack roll for me. Plus 13. And you make 2 attacks. Okay. 22. I wish I had music. As you nail it twice, do you attempt to grapple it? You first peck at it with your beak, dealing 27 piercing damage, taking a large amount of flesh from his shoulder, and you see it retch back in pain as it sees this. You seeing the opportunity as this bird go and reach with your talon at it as you begin to flap your wings, now that the deck itself above you has sort of caved in from you snapping it open from your large side. Everybody can now see sunlight at this point. Go ahead and... Oh, no, he would make the check. Give me a second here to see if he's grappled. Boom, boom, boom. Boom, boom, boom. He is grappled by you as you just pick him up in this gargantuan form. You still have movement left. He is grappled. You have half your movement speed left. What would you like to do? Yes. Oh, God, he did 50 damage total with your talon.
Wait, is there actually a sky?
Yeah, he ripped open the top.
Okay.
His size alone forced the ship to sort of already sway towards the starboard side that he's on and caused the wood to snap above him. And he is now lifting this rickshaw up about 40 feet in the air.
I say, hey,
or Rakshasha, excuse me.
Throw him overboard.
All right, with that being said, after your turn is over, it is now...
Cats hate water.
It is Elamir.
How far away he's only been 6 seconds.
40 feet up.
Right? So he's 40 feet up?
Mm-hmm.
Am I still on the top?
I'm going to...
Yeah, you see this.
I'm going to hold my turn and hold my actions. I'm going to cast an ensnaring strike. And if the demon falls out or is separated in any way from what it was Cousin Sherman and is now a bird, I will attack.
He's preparing a snaring strike.
So ensnaring strike is gone. Is just like now on. And if I hit a target, it just makes vines wrap around them. So if the demon falls out of the bird's hands, I'm gonna attack it.
Okay. With that being said, let me see if I can get the bot to work correctly real quick, because I really like music.
I mean, I listen to my own music, so do you.
No, Rhymebot took a shit and is not responding to commands. Wait, no, somebody removed him, or he's offline. Rhythm, excuse me. Yeah, somebody removed Rhythmbot. He's not in the offline list or in the online list. Brajira.
Wasn't me. Maybe they changed permissions or whatever, because sometimes it'll pull bots out if they have like a different server or something like that.
I have a feeling that it has something to do with my bot also just dying at the same time.
Could be.
Oh, I like music. All right. So you ready your action for in case it gets dropped. Got it. We're going to Moomley.
How far away would the rock be? At least
40 feet up.
All right. I will cast Vicious Mockery on the Rakshasha.
All right. What are you saying?
It's less than you deserve. As he gets carried away.
Okay. Go ahead and make the save here. What is the save?
14.
It saves. Would you like to do anything else? Inspire people?
That's it. I'm just going to move along the deck close to them.
You get a bonus action, though, to inspire people, don't you?
I'm going to pass and inspire over to that rock.
Okay. Rock has inspiration, though it probably doesn't need it with a plus 13.
That is a D8 for him.
Okay. And then we go to the top of the order. It is now, let's see, Milo. As you are below deck, looking through this giant hole from this gargantuan bird, picking up this rock, or Rakshasha.
So how damaged is the boat?
The top deck needs to be patched up. Luckily, though, he took off before he did any weight damage to the deck you're on, the second deck.
So the boat is not taking on water or sinking?
No. It's listing heavily. It was listing heavily to the starboard side, and now it's listing back and forth, like trying to rebalance itself.
All right. Hold on. I'm trying to think. And how far away are they in the air?
40 feet.
40 feet.
Don't kill the bird.
I'm going
Don't
to
get the
cast invisibility on myself.
All right, you are invisible.
And then I'm going to run down to the captain's quarters or run up wherever it is.
Okay. You disappear. Poof. And people can hear your footsteps. That being said, that is the end of your turn. Now it is Wilvin.
So I basically see this bird take the thing and drag it above the ship.
He is flying away with it.
Everyone was
Captain, we should make sure the ship's not sinking, because I'm pretty sure I can't do anything about that now.
Great action.
Yep.
Are you done?
I'm gonna make sure the ship's not sinking.
You look around to see if the ship's not sinking.
shitting.
I said sinking. Get out of here.
All
right.
Shitting.
I hate you all.
I love you.
With that, it is now the Rakshas's turn. The Rakshasa is going to angrily look at you, Mr. Birdman. He is going to make a few attacks at you. Bum, bum, bum. Bum, bum, bum. The first attack misses with his claw as he's flailing about. However, the second one is definitely going to hit for 9 damage. So just take note, but don't write it down like on your character sheet or anything. 9 slashing damage. As you see his claws flailing about, that same sort of ichor feeling or view, almost like a black mist coming from his claws as he swings in the air. The second attack does land, however, as he misses with the first one, scratching the front of almost like a minor wound, if you will. And you see the rock sort of recoil in pain, but still is able to hold on to the Rakshasa. It is now Siligon's turn. Your action was wasted, as this thing is not plummeting.
Wait, what do you mean? I didn't say that.
Wait.
Alamir
no.
was the one who... Alamir wanted to hold his action.
That's right. Sorry, but Siligon, what are you doing?
I'm going to run, pick up my dagger. Oh, is picking up my dagger like a bonus action or action?
Your dagger is in the head of the thing.
Oh, I thought you said it went through it. Okay, well then never mind. Then I will. If I use my full movement, will I be able to get above deck?
Yeah, for sure. Movement action, you can reach to the first deck.
Okay, I will get above deck. Go. Where's my character? Go.
You'd be right next to Wilvin, in a sense, though he's just below you. Oh, God, there goes your mouse. That's right, he's hiding.
I told Mousy to go hide. As I see... Wait, what's the Rakshasa demon doing now?
It's currently flailing in the hooks of the bird.
Do I have advantage if shooting a grappled enemy?
Say that one more time.
Do you get advantage if you shoot a grappled enemy? I forget.
Well, if you're a rogue, you get you get advantage because he's adjacent to. Oh no! That's
you don't.
Sneak attack. That's sneak attack. Yeah. Sorry. No, not at all. Okay. He's neither prone nor standing. He is flying, I guess, in a sense.
Okay. I will then actually use my bonus action to get a full movement and kind of just like stay on the side railing right next to Moonly, and I'm going to pull out my short bow, hold action to shoot the Rakshasa if it falls or Sherman loses his grip or anything like that.
All right, hold action initiated. Sherman, it is now your turn. Your bestial mind state. What do you do?
I'm looking down. Who down there looks like they have the pointiest object pointed at me?
Oh no. The people with bows currently. Siligon has a pointy thing.
And Alamir.
All right, I'm on
the deck below still.
I'm gonna drop the Rakshasa and I'm gonna start swooping down towards Siligon.
Okay. As he's dropping him, taking a shot.
My shot goes off too.
All right, roll your attacks.
I don't think that's gonna hit. 5. That's
5 does not hit.
5 is 10. I didn't say
10
it was
does not
just
hit.
5.
Would he still have his dexterity modifier for his?
Is it 24 hit?
24 does hit. And why are we asking about dex mods?
No,
Yeah,
'cause he's like falling. He's free falling, isn't he?
Yeah, you already had your dex mod and
I didn't describe. I only described that the rock let it go and is now plummeting towards you guys.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, and I don't know why you said anything about dex mod. But yeah, I miss.
Okay, the 23 hits for how much damage?
It's also an ensnaring strike.
Mine's. I hit with 21 and ensnaring strike.
How much damage?
21 damage.
21 damage.
On the Rakshasa, yeah.
Ensnaring strike. So,
Yep.
What does ensnaring strike do per se exactly?
Vines basically wrap around the guy and finding it at the moment. Yeah.
He
I'm
will
trying to
automatically
find
fail
it.
to save, as he is busy doing
Okay,
something.
sounds good. So he's next time you hit a creature with a weapon attack before the spell ends, massive thorny vines appears at point of impact. Target must succeed on strength saving throw or be restrained by magical vines until the spell ends, which is 1 minute.
All right. You
Yep.
nail him with your arrow, and suddenly these vines begin to protrude out of the wound of where you hit, wrapping themselves around this Rakshasa. He was too busy casting a spell at the same time that he was let go on his reaction to really do anything. You see him, his arms now tucked into his sides, like, oh, and his legs are being together, though he is not falling.
Wait, he's just in midair?
Yes.
Wait. Great.
Okay, now what's Sherman doing?
Yes, Sherman.
Swooping down towards Siligon or Alamir, whichever one I hit first, and I'm grabbing him.
I'm
on the second deck.
Yeah, I'm actually on top deck.
And he'll take 1d. The Rakshasa will take 1d6 every turn, as long as he has the vines on him.
All right, so you're going to attempt to pick him up. Okay. Bum, bum, bum.
What are you doing?
Contested strength.
Well, I'm gonna allow it to happen.
How's that?
I just let him pick me up. You don't have to roll against it.
Oh, I thought you said like not gonna let it happen. Like I hide, he can't see me. Blah. No, that's what I thought.
No,
you meant.
I said I was the closest to him. That's
right,
it.
he picks you up and begins to try to fly away with you.
Can I make an
I am
insight
very
check on that?
scared. I'm very scared.
If you can explain how you can inside a beast.
Does
then-
it look like? Well, I've seen Sherman transform before. Does it look like he's trying to harm?
It looks like this is a wild beast.
Okay. Just so I know.
I did a bad thing.
So that being said, Sherman is now Methador. Alamir Methador.
Yeah.
Your turn.
Oh, again?
Yeah, no, this is your action of this round.
Oh. Where's Milo?
He is gone. Nobody has seen him.
What? 1 second. I have no idea what to do, so I'm not going to be able to think about it in 6 seconds. So just skip my turn.
It looks like this rock is about to kill your friend.
Okay, so I'll let off an arrow at the rock, at the wing.
Just so you know, I don't know if this is true. If there's a spell going off on the rock and it's concentration, the Rakshasa would have to make a concentration check because he was damaged.
True.
Yeah, I don't know if he is or not. I'm just saying because like I feel like this is what's happening. Yeah, because like I'm like, this is not right, and then I'm like, oh well, if you're concentrating on something, you need to do a concentration check. So if he fails,
He passed.
So I'm going to continue to hit the Rakshasa.
All right, go ahead.
Work tabletop.
Advantage as he can't move out of your way.
Okay. Nat 20. Right over here, you can see it.
No, I believe you. Go.
All right.
Because like I don't want to die today.
That's 15 damage.
15. So
double that is 30, right?
It's not that. You rolled double the dice.
Oh, let me roll one more. Let me roll them again. $33 damage.
God damn. So, as your arrow, is it?
Yes.
Lands into him again, hitting him. He rolls concentration one more time with a very high DC because of 33 damage. And he gets a nat 20. So, he's still floating there. However, he takes a big hit into his chest, and you see a little bit of blood protrude from his mouth as if he is bloodied at this point. Bum, bum, bum. Bum, bum, bum. Sorry, just playing music in my mind. Do you move at all?
Yeah, I'll run up to where Wilvin is.
All right. With that, we circle back around to Milo.
I am heading to the captain's quarters and looking for any incriminating evidence or any manifest to indicate where he might have purchased said creatures.
The door is locked as you reach the door. And you see that a rock is currently carrying one of your friends.
I
Just in
trust
case.
them. I think they can handle it.
Bye bye. I'm gonna die, guys. And Orphanage is now gonna weep.
I'm assuming that the rock must be Cousin Sherman because I don't know what else these creatures would be here.
It seems like an epic Godzilla fight.
Yeah. So the door is locked. I'm gonna attempt to try and kick it open.
All right, make a strength check. And then you all of a sudden lose your invisibility.
Does it really break my concentration?
It's an attack. Like whenever you do any attack, you're attacking the door. And these guys are down below, so nobody sees them.
12.
You go and kick the door, and it buckles a little bit, but it's still closed.
Okay.
And now everybody sees you.
We all just hear banging from the captain's quarters.
And you look over. No, you see Milo. He's not invisible anymore. It's an attack.
Sorry.
That being said, Milo's turn is now over. Is now Wilvin.
Did you read my message?
Yep.
What's the crew doing?
They're down below hiding. They don't want any part of this.
Oh, they should all be thrown overboard.
Hey, man, they said that they were supposed to protect something. That's a violation of their contract.
How far away is that bird?
The bird is roughly 20 feet up because he wasted his movement. No, he's only like 10 feet up. He wasted his full movement to go to pick him up and started to take off with him. He's 10 feet up.
Oh, then I could fall and be like kind of okay.
Potentially.
Would he be close enough for me to attack him?
If you jump and attack, yes.
Go in the water.
That is what I do. I used my full movement to try to attack him.
Oh boy.
Bum, bum, bum.
Welcome
the
to
attack
the
roll.
water. It's a very wet place.
Bum, bum, bum.
1 second.
Sorry, I'm just gonna
Does
keep
a
making
30 hit with a nat 20?
Nat 20 hits. I don't know
Good.
why you rolled a D8, but
I think that was just on there from before.
Wait, how the fuck is it on 30? It's a 20
No,
natural 20. Oh, added a
four.
D4.
Remove 4.
well,
But
nat
it's a
20,
source.
nat 20 hits anyway.
It hits. It hits.
I love how the crew on the ship is completely useless.
Yeah, seriously.
I'm
Yeah,
sorry.
man.
How do we feel in your game now? Anyways,
Speaking's free, right?
yes.
I can see Mila now, so because I'm up on the top deck, and I'll yell at him like, Mila, what are you doing? Look for a large net or something.
Don't have time, busy, sorry. As he
All
goes
right.
to kick the door again.
I
This next
need-
round.
I need Mr. Patrick Starr to make a. No, not Patrick Starr. Excuse me, Kermit to make a con save for me.
Please fail. Or please,
It is-
Please fail.
whatever's good for me.
Oh dear God! You feel the energy being drawn from you as a rock. You're starting to get tired. It's half damage because you made the save. And I mean soul energy, by the way.
I get 2 attacks.
So it is a 11. All right, we'll see if that's going to be enough on your second attack. So you see the sword slash into him, and nat 1 for the next attack. Love it. As you go to swing, and your sword slips through your hand as you jump to hit this rock, and you see your sword just go into the water. Plunk.
Oh, shit. I teleported back to my hand.
As
Bonus action. Whoops.
I just remembered the sword doesn't like water.
He said he was gonna kill you.
and
Oh,
with
God.
that, we'll continue on to the next.
Oh, God.
You're. Wait.
It is now the rock's turn. You took an exuberant amount of damage that you're used to from this guy who is leaping up and slashing at you. How do you handle the situation?
Don't drop me, please.
Oh, fuck. Oh, shit.
So do I drop him on the deck? Yeah.
So, you're dropped on the deck, 10 feet fall. Nothing happens. Just land.
Okay.
However, you see the rock now shifting his attention, screeching in absolute anger towards Wilvin. Sherman, at any point did you defend Wilvin when half the party wanted to pretty much get rid of his sword?
You did.
That is a question.
You did a lot.
So, with your newfound memories, I need you to make a wisdom save to see if you can actually regain control as you are now watching yourself about to murder your friend. Total for your character. You regain a little of your humanity as your predator instincts are trying to take over at this point, as you're looking at Wilvin and your claws are about to dig into him. You're able to withhold yourself, but what is it that you do in the next 6 seconds as you maintain control? Okay.
Okay.
The rock dives into the water suddenly.
Man, wish I had shaped water.
Wilvin sword is sparking currently, and you see a fire begin to come from it as if it's trying to dry itself off.
In my hand, right?
Yes.
Okay.
And it in fact burns you.
Ah!
I love this. I love this so much.
For
Holding on to
9 fire damage.
Ow.
Ah,
That being said, we're done with his turn. Let's go to Alamir.
Hi. I
Wait.
still don't like the Rakshasa.
That was I think I did that wrong.
Yeah, I don't think it's my
Who
turn.
went before Sherman? Okay,
Yeah,
so that's
Silicon
right.
turn.
Yeah, so
Then
Alamir.
me.
I'm right. Sorry.
Aelinir first?
Wait,
Alamir.
I never had a turn.
Oh, I went out of order.
just got
Silicon, then Alamir.
Yeah.
Yeah, I just got picked up. So.
Oh no, by the way, I just didn't narrate it because your attention was on the rock. The rock Sasha is no longer surrounded by vines. Like you saw him just flex and they just dispersed.
Sweet.
And he wasted his
Is he
action
still,
doing
is
that.
he still floating in the air?
Yes.
That's not cool.
2 concentration spells? Oh man, that can't happen. What is this? No, I'm just kidding. I'm kidding you.
What is his second concentration? He's only
whose
using
turn is
fly.
it?
I'm just fucking with you.
It's Silicon, then Alamir.
Sounds good.
Well, actually, I don't know what's going on, but he can't have 2 concentration spells unless it's a special rule. Then I will just shoot.
Who has 2 concentrations going? If you're asking this, what else is he doing?
No, I'm just saying. Like I said something about how if there was a concentration spell on the rock, you would have to make a save for someone if there was a spell on him. And you said, "Oh yeah," and he's flying. Those are 2.
No, that's
concentration
because I
spells.
forgot to make one for the rock Shasha who got hit and he's flying. He had to make a con save.
Oh, okay.
I was like, yeah, I forgot. Good reminder.
Shooting the Rakshasa.
All right.
And actually, wait. Bonus action. I'm going to attempt to hide behind one of the pillars. Then I'm going to shoot. I got a lot, like a 27 or 26.
That hits.
No, just to hide.
Oh, got it. I mean, it doesn't quite work that way in combat, but yes.
Well, no, I wanted to bonus action hide behind the pillar and get his divert his attention away, and then I wanted to shoot. And in doing so, if I'm stealth, I'll be able to get advantage because I'm stealth.
Yeah, but it's an action to stealth, so you won't be able
No,
to
but
No,
I'm a
he's a rogue.
Oh.
Bonus action stealth, like I said. So with a 27, am I hidden?
Yes.
Okay, then I will do an attack at advantage towards the Rakshasa with my short bow. Okay, 15 plus 5, a 20.
20 damage. Very nice.
Okay, and I believe I would have sneak attack damage as well.
It should.
Yeah.
Because you rolled advantage.
Yep. Sorry about all the rules, but I'm just saying. Would you look at all that damage? 20 damage.
20 more damage?
20 piercing damage.
20 on top of the 20 you said earlier.
No, I never damaged him before.
Okay, all right, 20 damage. Got it.
Just 20 damage. On this current turn, I did 20 damage.
Got it. All right. Next up will be Alamir.
Hi. Okay, I'm letting loose another arrow at the Rakshasa. Does a 21 hit?
20 hits.
Uh, 14 damage.
14. Wow. You begin to see that he has lost concentration and is now starting to fall.
I'm going to let loose another arrow. I have 2 attacks. I forgot to do it before.
Go ahead.
I rolled it. It's it's an unnatural 20.
That hits as well.
Shoot, I deleted my dice. 1 second. Mm-hmm. 14.
14 damage.
Yep.
All right. How do you want to do this?
Through the chin, top of skull.
All right. Your first arrow landing in its shoulder, breaking its concentration. You see it begin to plummet. Seeing this, you see an opportunity as it's trying to look down and regain balance. You go underneath it real quick, pulling back your arrow, and fire another one up through its chin and protruding out the top of its head, right next to the dagger that was thrown earlier. And you see it plummet down to the ground and land with a smack against the deck as it lays flat sideways. Though you still hear it laughing as you begin to hear or smell burning flesh, and you see its flesh beginning to melt away, and all that's left is its bones and a puddle of ichor around it. The laugh echoing. And with that, we'll end the session here. I like water.
So does that mean we didn't kill the Rakshasa?
I don't know.
Have you rolled a critical roll?
No, I barely play D&D. This is the only thing I do.
Okay.
So is it a bad idea to kill him?
It was a bad idea to even leave him alive, so I mean...
It's a pile of bones now. Like, it's not alive.
Yeah, but he was laughing as he did it.
Like an echoey laugh.
That's creepy.
It's a demon. What do you expect?
I just wanted it to be dead.
Did you guys have fun?
That was fun. We got to do battle stuff.
Dun dun dun. I got to sing music because my bot died. Dun 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 dun.
Are you going to save this table?
I will save it for you.
I was listening to music the whole time on Roll20.
I will kill you.
Same. I was actually listening to just my music, regular music.
I will kill you.
I said, not even like fucking music, like for D&D, just like music. Like, I don't know, like fucking AC/DC and shit. Because, like,
I can't wait until Wilvin's about to die here. His sword is getting hotter and hotter.
Why not just play it out now? I kind of want to see it. I mean,
throw it.
Do you want me to play it out? I'll play it out. Do you want me to play it out?
No. Wait until next time.
No, let's go.
No, I have to go to bed.
All right, go to bed. I enjoyed it. You guys figured out it was the thing pretty early. That was good. Because I was going to have it slowly kill crew members and potentially you guys if you didn't catch on early enough.
I mean, dude, that's exactly why I that's why I'm always paranoid.
Dun dun dun.
You're not a bird anymore.
Birds don't. Rocks don't bathe. I don't.
So I thought there's another Rakshasa on board.
Is there? I completely forgot.
That or is something else. We don't know what it is. Or that, or it left. We don't know.
Maybe
yeah,
it
totally left. It left. Yeah. Yeah.
We'll just go with Milo's.
Yeah, it left.
Over the boat.
Yeah,
we'll
totally.
just go with Milo's idea and just.
Moomley goes back to his.
Let's go with Milo's idea to kick in the captain's door.
Moomley goes back to Bubble Hut.
It's like, fuck this. I'm just sitting here.
Bubble Hut.
I hate this place.
Bubble Hut.
Bubble Hut. I'm glad you enjoyed it. I hope the audience enjoyed it as well. Robin, How
Yes.
Robin? How upset are you with Wilvin currently?
That he didn't find Mora?
Didn't even attempt to.
I attempted to, but they
No,
they
you
kept
went to
me
the
off ship.
dock. You went to the dock. You didn't have to go to dock first.
Sigh. And I just
He
love
was
that you
loyal
threw
to
the
his
thing about the
friends.
thing in there.
He stuck by his friends.
Bros
Listen,
before.
Listen, there's always Plan S.
Plan S.
Darth Darth knows what Plan S is.
Plan S is currently happening. Your sword is now taking control. As you did the one thing it told you never to do.
Oh man, I love this. I was so waiting for this to happen. I knew like this would happen.
Bum, bum, bum. Does my music bot work now? I can only hope. That's a no. Hi, Hope. Did you know that Brazier is going to do his session now, except he already signed off before I could make the joke?
No. I wonder why that is.
Because he doesn't want to run a session.
Dun, dun, dun. He's like, these NPCs